Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this presentation of ECL Elite Division action right here on NHL Gamer. My name is Dookie, joined as always by my broadcast partner, Sin. Sin, how are you today? We're back again, and I'm excited for today's matchups.
Yeah, absolutely. If they're anything even close to Monday's matchups, I mean, we are in for an incredible broadcast here. Monday was just the perfect way to kick off a season. And now, I mean, we get to see Havu on their, perceived revenge tour here, getting eliminated before even the finals, not getting in. You know that doesn't sit well with them. They're really going to look to get off to the right foot in this season.
Absolutely. So again, in today's broadcast, we kick things off. It is former champions in Havu going up against Vesa Pompa. And of course, later on in this broadcast, we will have Färjestad taking on the debuting ZSC Esports. Of course, going on elsewhere, Philadelphia and Tunnel Vision, the defending champs, begin their defense campaign. And Poggers take on Northern Ascendancy, a matchup that could very well affect one of the bottom few playoff spots. So we'll try to keep you updated on everything that's going on around the league. I think we might be able to even get you a look at the latest matchups that have happened so far across the league, because Sin, it is very, very relevant to what we have to talk about here today. Of course, we started off on Monday covering HREDs and IQ, but then it was yesterday's action that really stands out and sets the tone. You see the top two matchups there. Havu Gaming, not off to the strongest start that you would have expected for a team that's a borderline team, maybe even some expectations of having to fend off relegation, as they are outscored throughout the series and have a 1-1 split against YMCA Esports.
Yeah, I mean, what a start for YMCA with all the question marks around them. It's incredible for them to kind of, pick up a win against one of our perceived top dogs here, and maybe, a question marks now surrounding Havu. You lost to a team like YMCA. It's hard to say this early on. Is it because, they were struggling, or is YMCA just that good? Same thing goes for Yippee Voskal here. They dropped one of their games to Northern Ascendancy, another team that we perceive to be in those top few spots. And, Northern Ascendancy, gives them a run for their money. So we expected a lot of parity this season, and the first week here in ECL 12 is really not disappointing.
So with that, it's only our third match day of the season, but we will get you a look at the standings as they be so far. Of course, a 30-game regular season for everybody there. Of course, we saw on Monday, HRED's off to a flying start, even though, of course, they went to overtime, but at the end of the day, they're off to a fantastic start as well. How interesting would it be if it were to stay this way? It certainly won't. Again, we have a very long way to go. But once more, again, we kick things off. Vesa Pompa and Havu in action. Let's get you a look at the team lineups here. We'll get you, of course, that combined look before going in depth. And there you see the men in action here today. Of course, Havu rocking the lovely Team Unified hoodies, of course. It's a hell of a look, I have to admit. You can contact me in my DMs to send me one. Sin, with that, let's take a look at the Vesa Pompa lineup here. Of course, we're going to have stats from last season because this is their season debut. And of course, on that left-hand side, we start off with Kachin, someone who does have elite experience back in the day, season 7 and 8 as a depth player. But as you see, down in pro last year, 74 points in last year's campaign. Centered by Azuvi as well, 53 points last year in pro, 3 seasons worth of pro experience, but he is an Elite Division rookie. And then on the right, it is the captain of the team, the new captain in Ekin, the only man with elite experience from last season where he had 35 points on this Vesa Pompa lineup. The defense, of course, as well. Also, both elite rookies, Hockey Johannes, 3 seasons worth of pro experience, though, and Ed Holman as well, with 1 season in Neo, 1 season in Pro, and now he finds himself here in Elite. The man between the pipes is Mr. Allsvenskan, just 2 seasons of Pro experience, an Elite rookie, but as you see, had that 80% save percentage last year in that Pro division. Sin, it's interesting because aside from Ekin, you are essentially looking at the Vexio Lakers of the Pro division from last year.
Yeah, and talk about being thrown to the wolves here. We talked about it last matchup when H-Reds, having to play H-Reds so early on. That's a tough scenario. Now you're looking at Vesa Pompa having to play Havu Gaming, and a Havu Gaming who's probably a little upset with themselves for dropping a game to YMCA. So a tough first matchup, but what a chance to prove themselves here for Vesa Pompa.
With that, let's get you a look at the Havu lineup as well. Almost the same lineup, I should say, that we saw in action yesterday on that left-hand side. Of course, Powanzo sat out last year, but going back to Season 10, had a 54-point campaign, also a physical player, and is off to a good start this season. So we'll talk a little bit more about here in a moment. Dominointi as well, the most goals in a season since Season 4 last year with those 35. He was 6th in league scoring. And Flyer Kungen as well, 75 points last year, was 3rd best in the league, 2nd all-time in scoring under the NHL Gamer banner. On defense, of course, Jay Toro transfers over from Philadelphia, 3rd all-time in scoring by a defender in NHL Gamer history. On that right-hand side, Natsu Stelia, who was top 8 in scoring amongst defensemen last year. And of course, between the pipes, it's his season debut. It is his first time between the pipes since Season 10. It's Hanselinho. He had 68 points as the team's left wing last year, was 4th in the league, but in the playoffs, it didn't really sustain itself. He finds himself back between the pipes here this season.
Yeah, and a lot of people thought perhaps it was his handedness on that left-hand side, not going with that one-time option, I believe, playing with that left wing. It kind of could limit your options at times, especially for how this team likes to play that down-low cycle, kicked back out front for those one-time opportunities. To have not that off-handedness on the left-hand side could limit your options, and it seemed to really show in the playoffs as they got, dropped in that semifinals round. But yeah, kind of, getting the old band back together, Powanzo, up top, Hanselinho back in goal, and with the addition of Jay Toro, one of the best defensemen last season. I believe he was voted by all the players as the best defenseman overall from last year. I mean, what a pickup from Havu.
So with that, let's get you a look, as always, at our keys to success, our 3 keys of the game. We'll kick things off with Havu and what they need to look to do here, Sin, especially after bouncing back, or, trying to bounce back after a bit of a stumble yesterday. What stands out for you?
Well, really, I mean, it's a strong return. 3 goals in his first 2 games back. That certainly helps take some of the pressure off of Powanzo as you start the season when you're kind of, getting back into things. You want to get that monkey off your back, and he definitely did that despite, them getting the split with YMCA, and that leads us to the next point. But the issue is he was the only forward to score in the 2 games against YMCA Esports, as we talked about, in the season preview. Flyer Kungen, hasn't been on his best form since, last season's playoffs. Only 2 games in. That's really going to need to change here. We've seen him be a dominant presence, especially on that forecheck. He's going to want to get that going. And the last point here, of course, is goaltending. Hanselinho back in the blue paint for the first time in over a full season. In the opener against YMCA, Sibelius, kind of struggled with the downside to having a great team in front of you. You're going to see, very few shots, and that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes why you see the lower save percentage for these, goalies on the top teams. But we're going to see how Hanselinho does in this matchup.
And with that, we'll take a look at the 3 keys for Vesa Pompa as well. The first, we already mentioned it, that built-in chemistry that the team has, with the exception of Ekin, but they have gotten a lot of playing time in there since making this move official. So that should be pretty helpful, I would say, all things considered, compared to some of the other teams that have made a lot of changes this year. And a confidence boost as well, perhaps. On top of having that built-in chemistry, you've already seen Havu lose this season, and the expectation might not be to see Havu, Philadelphia, and H-Reds go undefeated, but you often don't expect those losses to come from teams that, are going to have to fight their way into a playoff situation. So knowing that they've already dropped points to YMCA, perhaps Vesa Pompa can have that bit of extra confidence knowing that it's not an automatic loss. And the final point here, of course, we talked about him already. Oh, captain, my captain. It is Ekin taking over as the leader of Vesa Pompa. He has the most elite experience. He sets the tone today, and we'll see what he can do now, leading this new squad into battle. Sin, with that, we are just a few moments away here from puck drop, the first game of 2, again between Vesa Pompa and Havu Gaming. And again, a friendly reminder for those of you just joining us a little bit later on in this broadcast, Färjestad will be taking on the debuting ZSC Esports. So don't go anywhere. Of course, we will be here with you for the next few hours. Again, just our second match day here on this broadcast. And of course, more action tomorrow as well. Our Finnish broadcasters will be here same time as today. So make sure to check that out. Make sure to follow the channel if you haven't already. Sim with that, I'm ready to get this going. We got to wait a couple more minutes here perhaps, which is very unfortunate. But again, there's just a special feeling right now about this season. I think we saw it on Monday where, you know, you look at that H-Reds battle where it's, first game, 7-0 win. That next game, though, against IQ, it goes to overtime, and then you already see the upset yesterday, Havu losing the YMCA. There is something about this season already. After all the transfers we saw heading into the season, the results we've seen so far, just every broadcast already kind of has that special feeling about it.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to bring up this point again, where all the time we saw it in chat, we saw people, you know, talking on various forums about this. It's, you know, nothing's going to change until Philadelphia or Havu, you know, break up or whatever. Well, they did undergo some significant roster changes, and while it is still early, Havu already dropping a game early on in the season, perhaps we're already seeing, you know, power sort of being spread out amongst some of the other teams here. Maybe we won't see, you know, the same top 2 at the top of the standings. Maybe we're going to see a lot of other teams. We just don't know what's going to happen this season, and I know I have often said that, but really, in this case, we don't even know if Havu might be at the top of the standings. They could find themselves in the middle of the bracket. I think they have way too much talent to kind of fall to, you know, the 6, 7, 8 seed, but it's honestly, it's wide open here. A lot of teams, you know, have a chance to make a run at it, and, you know, I'm just very excited to see how this one shakes out.
And Sin as well, quick thoughts from you there. The player types that we saw, a lot of puck-moving defensemen. No surprise, I'm presuming?
No, absolutely not. That seems to be the meta, the preferred build. You know, it's obviously something to it. We see it in the Euro scene all the time. The puck possession game, you know, very, very heavy. Not so much, you know, bump-centric as we often see here in North America. But, you know, a high skill set definitely benefits those type of builds.
Absolutely. So with that, we are ready to go. Of course, Havu in the green, Vesa Pompa in the white. You would have seen it for the left winger there, Pawanso, the green icon above his head, rocking the golden helmet as his team's leading scorer after their first 2 games yesterday. Let's see how this one plays out. The action underway. Havu Gaming and Vesa Pompa. And BP already in the attacking zone here, trying to work it around the back. Dominointi's there to cut that one out and take it away. Good bit of forward-checking pressure from the captain, Ekin, but Havu will maintain possession. Big sauce pass here. The other captain, Flyer Kungan, has it. Tried to feed it in front. Great second chance for Pawanso. Saying, I mean, he's looked good. 3 goals so far since returning.
Absolutely, and what a saucer pass that was. Enough kind of oomph on it to get by Pawanso and hit Flyer Kungan on the outlet there, and he tries to hit Pawanso cutting across the net. Didn't quite pan out, although he looked like he did get a stick on it. Good job from Mr. Allsvenskan to be in position there.
Great job there by Havu. You see really active sticks in the offensive zone, trying to take that one away. A lot of pressure here. Ekin able to weave his way through for the moment, though, trying to hold it in the corner. Gets back to the point here with Hockey Johannes. Back down, long pass in front, still bouncing around. And Hanselinho is able to find it. Very dangerous chance there for Vesa Pompa.
Yeah, trying to hit Kachin there, but, you know, kind of bounces around dangerously. Goes over to that blocker side of Hanselinho, almost with a chance to bat that in, except no white jerseys there. Good job to kind of box him out by Havu.
Pass there to Jay Toro, not able to straddle the line, so an offside call. About 5 minutes gone here in the first period, again, of the first game of 2 between these 2 clubs today. This action, of course, brought to you by our lovely sponsors at Viaplay, the returning Wilhelm, of course, and Kovalan Lakritsi, my perhaps new favorite sponsor. It is delightful to say that at the very least. Another offside call here, though, Sin. Very surprising here to see Havu uncharacteristically, perhaps. I mean, then again, last season it felt like they had trouble timing it in terms of getting over the line.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's also a credit, to a lot of these squads learning what Havu wants to do. That being said, what a chance right there for Vesa Pompa in tight on Hanselinho. But yeah, I mean, oftentimes we've seen Havu not really change their style up. Perhaps this season they're going to be kind of forced to look for some new looks, especially on the break-in. As you mentioned it, last year they almost seemed to struggle with that at times, timing it at the line. So perhaps we're going to have to see Havu sort of branch out in a lot of other ways to generate the offense that they want.
Do time it low at the line this time out. Dominoiti down low. Powanzo tries the wrap, and Mr. Allsvenskan is there to make the stop. So Sid talking about struggles to get over the line. When they do get over the line, they can generate chances very quickly.
Definitely dangerous, and it looks like they're definitely favoring some rush plays right here instead of automatically going for that down low cycle. So already really changing things up here early on.
Another tie-up there as well from Dominoiti on the draw. Chance for Flyer Kungan on the short side, was knocked loose. Let's see what they can do going down the other way. Dobie not able to find Kachin on the pass. No icing, though, here, of course. Ekin fighting for it around the back of the net and comes up with it. Has options down low. Gets it back. One-timer blocked down in front. Great quick pass there by Kachin. Just not able, though. See that follow-up shot find its way through. Havu, again, a little bit of trouble here. Jay Toro not able to hold on to it. Let's see what now Sestelia can do. Finds the pass to Flyer Kungan. Back again to the defenseman. Looking, shot through, deflection, got a piece of it with the glove. Mr. Allsvenskan swatting away at that one. Havu still on the attack here. Powanzo maybe looking for the wrap, a pass in front. Couldn't find its way to Dominoiti. Jay Toro stepping up, trying to knock that one loose. Heck of an effort there from Kachin to try and hold on to that one. Just too many layers in defense, though, for Havu, as Dominoiti not able to weave his way through. Good defense there from Ed Holman. That outlet pass again to Kachin, just not able to find its way through. Very quick pace here in the first period between these two teams. Trouble there. Dominoiti all over him. Shot and a blocker stop there. Allsvenskan lucky to not get caught. Big hit by Kachin. Has the puck here now. And an injured player. Powanzo's down on the other side. Let's see if they can take advantage. Ed Holman stepping in. What an effort from the defenseman. Looked like he almost drew a trip there off of how he stumbled to the ice. We stay at 5-on-5 with 3.5 minutes to go here in the opening frame. Again, another offside call on Havu.
You know what? Vesa Pompa really not looking out of place against this Havu squad. I'm liking their game. They're looking good defensively. They're not really getting hemmed in for too long. Their breakouts are pretty good. It's, of course, going to be hard all the time to break it out cleanly with how aggressive those Havu forwards can be, but I got to say, so far, so good.
Down low, Jay Toro trying to feed it in front. Another good attempt from Havu. Flyer Kungan fighting for it down low. Double team, throws it on. Nearly caught Allsvenskan from the corner. Nervous moment there for Vesa Pompa.
Yep, and throwing that puck on net from anywhere. Just trying to test this goalie who's, making that debut into the ECL Elite, but they came up with the stop there.
And down low, it's Dominoiti trying to feed it back down low behind the net. Tries to get it in front now, and again, too much traffic. Kachin looking for Ekin. He has it, drops back to the defense as we hit the final minute here in this first period. Turnover there, though, for hockey, Johannes. Johannes has it once more. Let's see what he can do. Big stretch pass is intercepted. One more chance here with 5 seconds. Drop pass again, back to Kungan to the point. Jay Toro can't get the shot through. And remember that block by Kachin. Good defense at the point. And Sid, we make it to the first period. No goals so far.
Yeah, no goals. Maybe a bit surprising, but when you consider, the players in Havu defense that we always talk about, maybe not that surprising, maybe more so surprising that they perhaps didn't capitalize on one, so their scoring woes sort of continue for a lot of them as this has gone on. But credit to Vesa Pompa, they've done a pretty good job of shutting them down at the line as best as they can. Of course, you're not going to keep them out of the zone, but once they get in there, oftentimes, a lot of Havu's strength, when they get that down low cycle, comes from those second, third opportunities. I like what Vesa Pompa is doing to sort of box them out in a lot of cases, prevent them from getting those second and third opportunities. And you mentioned it, some shot blocking as well, getting in those lanes. Jay Toro trying to take that last shot, maybe not getting the animation he wants, but good job getting in his face and pressuring him. We know how aggressive Jay Toro likes to be. We know how offensively driven he can be. And if you're Vesa Pompa, if you pressure him at that line, force a turnover, force a block shot, you could create an odd man chance going back the other way. And that's a way to get through, the layers of defense of Havu, kind of create that offense, the quick transitions from the defensive play. I like it from Vesa Pompa so far.
There we go. Second period just about ready to get underway. See how the two teams adjust here. For again, a first period that saw just a combined 5 shots, and if I'm not mistaken, Jay Toro has it here along the half wall. Polanco not able to hold it. Nasastelia now drops down low, and again, they tried that quick pass in front. Good job so far by Vesa Pompa to take that away as Ekin's pass is off the mark. And a break here. Flyer Kungan with a ton of speed. Can't get the shot off, though. That developed out of nowhere. Incredible breakaway speed from the captain. Nasastelia dishes back down low. Good quick movement here. Flyer Kungan can't work his way around the defender. Here comes Vesa Pompa down the other way. It's Kachin again trying to hold on to it. Has Ekin with him, who recovers it. On the back, Ekin still holding it down low now. Goes up to the point. Chance for Ed Holman, drops back down low one more time. Good low cycle here. You can tell they're looking for an opportunity, and the pass back to the point to Johannes is off the mark, Sin.
Yeah, Vesa Pompa really kind of avoiding disaster on that last play as they go for the Omaha right there. Hockey Johannes, he got caught kind of flat-footed, which led to that 2-on-1. Very dangerous.
And a chance off the post for Nasastelia, that close. Caught Allsvenskan leading the other way, but the shot just not good enough. Hit that inside corner, so good chance there for Havu, and I think a lesson learned for Vesa Pompa. You're going to try those quick outs, and you got to make sure they're on the mark because you can't really afford to turn the puck over. We've seen how strong Havu's transition game is already. Dominointi has it at the point, back down low for Jay Toro. In front, Nasastelia actually got it in the high slot. That shot's not able to find its way through. Ekin will drop it back down. 8.5 minutes gone here in the second period already. Still looking for the opening goal. Again, surprisingly, Havu struggling to score against YMCA yesterday. Chance here, though, and a big blocker save by Allsvenskan. Again, robbing Flyer Kungan. Sin, the broadcasting curse is definitely real. I don't want to jinx Mr. Allsvenskan, but so far, so good.
Absolutely, and that's a tough play to handle. We saw the vision of Jay Toro there, seeing Flyer Kungan in that one-time position. Great pass over there to make it work. A huge blast right there. Not too sure if it hit the goalie or a body.
It did hit the goalie. It was a big stop by Allsvenskan again. Robbing Nasastelia still has it here. Dishes off to Jay Toro and back again. Defenseman switching around, pass off the mark. Jay Toro able to recover. Not able to find the follow-up pass, and this one at the very least will clear the zone, but not for long. Dominointi the chance and another glove stop. Tristan Jarry, he is not. Glove saves aplenty here for Mr. Allsvenskan.
Yeah, the angle's perfect as well. I mean, yeah, maybe a little deep in his crease right there, but you can afford that when your gloves going to work like that.
Again, off the draw. Good job here by Zuby. That's going to be a penalty, though. Vesa Pompa going to the power play. It's going to be called interference, which is very surprising, Sin. I see the puzzled look on your face. Polanco's going to take a seat here.
Yeah, and it is that one. I was thinking maybe I missed something in the slot when I was watching the play, but yeah, the puck was loose. Maybe loose a little too long for the programming. Either way, maybe call that one questionable, but nonetheless, a great chance for Vesa Pompa. They win the faceoff.
Another win for Zuby here. Very impressive against Dominointi. See what Ekin can do. Good movement here. Chance back in front, just off the mark. Nasastelia, excuse me, not able to clear it. One more chance in front. Anselino, though, able to stand tall and find that one in the paint.
So close. I mean, that was a great pass to make, just couldn't get the stick on it. Credit to Havu once again for sort of, being in the way, tying up some sticks, or at least getting their defensive skill sticks in the way. Interesting poke right there from Jay Toro.
Down low here at second. Again, back to the point to Johannes. Chance again, you can tell, Sin, that is the set play. Havu's all over it. About 40 seconds left for Vesa Pompa to work with on the power play. Yeah, and once it clears the zone, it can be so difficult to get that back in, but a great cross-ice feed. Good pass from Johannes. Chance here on the doorstep, and a big stop by Hanselino. But a penalty is called as well. Interference, I think. Whoever this is thought the one-timer was coming. Yeah, it looked like that was the case. Ekin just trying to, predict it, get his body on someone. Not a bad play in that situation, but too much speed, got too much contact, and he will be going to the box here. So a brief 4-on-4 before we're going to see Havu getting a man advantage. We'll see if they can hold the zone here. Face-offs. Dead even at this point. Now a 7-6 advantage for Havu. Nasastelia in possession here. Bides his time. 1:40 to work with now. Power play for Havu. Nasastelia still holds it down low. Here's Polanco fresh out of the box. Dominointi with trouble. Flyer Kungan there to assist. Good layers there to help get the possession back. Chance for Polanco. Tries that short side snipe. Mr. Allsvenskan says no. Very impressive debut game so far for him.
I'm not seeing any nerves. I'm not really seeing him oversliding. I'm not seeing him, give up his positioning, looking extremely strong and perhaps frustrating the Havu scorers right now.
So, Sin, what you're saying is he doesn't look nervous.
Absolutely not.
Let's see if he tries to fight the other goalie. Jay Toro has it but loses it. Here's Flyer Kungan maintaining it at the point. 20 seconds to go on the power play now. Now Sestelio over for Dominoiti, just wide. Good look there. Flyer Kungan, though, fending off the pressure. Pass to Jay Toro, just couldn't pick the corner. Great chances here. Powanzo's shot doesn't go through. We're back to 5-on-5. Havu surprisingly not getting a goal there. Is Vesa Pompa able to work it out of the zone? Let's see what they can do. Ekin nowhere to go off of the pass. Recovered there by Kachin, but not able to hold on to it either. Just over 2 minutes to go here. Still shockingly looking for our opening goal of the game. Havu getting the better of the play. Vesa Pompa with a few chances of their own, though. Here's Dominoiti back to Jay Toro, and again back to the point. Good work along that left-hand side. Wraparound bid for Jay Toro. And Mr. Allsvenskin's all over it.
Yeah, Jay Toro looking a bit snake-bitten here. The one time Allsvenskan wasn't in perfect position, he misses the net here. Havu got to be wondering what it's going to take to put one home, but could be right here. Great turnover.
Indeed, an unfortunate turnover after another face-off win by Zuvi. Shot on, deflects just wide at the last moment. Final 6 seconds here. Powanzo off the back, pass. Now Sestelia can't get that one through. It's cleared out. We go to the third period in a goalless draw to this stage. Sin, honestly, this has to be a confidence booster as well for Vesa Pompa. All you can say is that one chance, that could be the difference maker, and it could very well be them that gets it.
Yeah, one chance, one bounce at this point. Heading into the third scoreless, Vesa Pompa, they're doing a good job. Of course, they're allowing some chances through, but I got to reiterate it. I love them getting in the shooting lanes. I'm loving them clearing out the rebounds right here. It's, tough to do that one as it was kind of, one of those automatic little tap plays, but yes, they're being outpossessed. Yes, they're being outshot pretty heavily, but for the most part, they're limiting those high-quality chances as best as possible. And when they don't, guess who's there? Mr. Allsvenskan, who we're going to keep saying it, is having a terrific debut in net. Though Vesa Pompa, well, they have had a couple chances. Those, just 4 shots. They've got to figure out some kind of way to get it in the zone, sustain a little bit of pressure on their own. Because as good as they have been defensively, Havu matching them stride for stride and really, keeping them out of their zone as best as possible.
There we go. Third period just about ready to begin. Let's see if we can find that opening goal. Otherwise, hey, point apiece in overtime. Who's to say what might happen as this one plays out? An early draw win. Chance here through space. Zuvi on the backhand, and Hanselinho has to come up with a big stop in nearly record time for a chance offensively in the ECL. What an opportunity that was.
Yeah, definitely can get the nerves going pretty early on. It's always tough when those chances come at the beginning of the period, but good job by him to make that save, and Havu now looking to capitalize on a counterattack.
Sestelia, though, wasn't able to find the pass. Ekins down, forced to recover his stick, but here's the rush bid. Down low for Kachin. Pass on the net, onto the net there. Easy for me to say. I thought that was going to be a cross. Anselino was able to get a piece of it. Loose puck here, scramble poked away by Kachin at the last moment. He looks to lead it up the ice, and he does. Big burst of speed from the winger. Looks to cut in, still has it. Can't get the shot off at the last minute, though. Flyer Kungan able to clear that one out.
Yeah, again, Havu cutting off all the options right there and pressuring the puck carrier. That's just really limiting what Vesa Pompa can do here on offense.
Good patience by Ekin. Shot on, and a big kick save there by Hanselinho. Ed Holman willing to throw one on. Good things can happen. Jay Toro tries the quick out. Great look. Dominoiti. Flyer Kungan, though, not able to hold on to it. Jay Toro recovers here at the point. Again, dishes back down low. Great pressure by Ekin on the off wing. Quick out there. The pass not able to find its intended target for Kachin. It's the Havu hallmark, I would say, is their ability to get back and stifle the transition game of their opposition. But an offside call there. I mean, Vesa Pompa's done a pretty good job of that themselves. And
yeah, both teams holding the blue line pretty well, but you said it. Havu has just that uncanny ability. No matter how many guys they send on the rush, they seem to get everyone back in time to sort of hold that blue line. It's incredibly impressive, just a feat to watch. And You know, it's really paying off. We saw them how much they're limiting that Vesa Pompa attack. They do it once again. Sure, they gain the blue line, but they get nothing afterwards. Just swarmed by those black and green jerseys.
Wanso here sends it across. Flyer Kungen shot and a blocker stop by Mr. Allsvenskan. Again, no panic movement. Incredible positioning in the crease.
Yeah, just really great. You know, maybe giving up a tiny bit of that short side, but playing the odds, you know, banking on maybe that pass coming across the slot, but he's right there in the position, not allowing that far side shot to even create much of a rebound.
Another impressive face-off win for Azubi in this one. Again, I'm going to keep pointing that out. Dominointi, traditionally one of the better centermen in the elite division. This is working out for him here. Flyer Kungen, that quick pass to Dominointi. Another big interception by Ed Holman there. You see Kacha trying to weave his way through, still had it for a lot longer than you would have expected. But again, Havu able to snuff out that counterattack. Under 8 minutes to play now here in the third. Still looking for the first goal. Jay Toro to Dominointi. Again, back to the defenseman. Jay Toro. Pass off the mark, but Puanzo recovers, and again, that low cycle of Havu. Dominointi looking. Aston Austelia goes down low to the corner. Again, off the mark, and this one's at least going to be cleared out. Uncharacteristically inaccurate passes for Havu. The big pitch up by Johannes here, and again tried to go back to the point, but that big defensive switch. Zovi at the point. The centerman didn't have the proper positioning there. We have 5 minutes to go. Let's see what Vesa Pompa can do now as they try to weave their way through. Kachin in space, has a chance, pulls the trigger. Second chance on the doorstep for Ekin. Somehow didn't find its way through. Vesa Pompa that close to finding the icebreaker. Over the line. Here comes Zobi. Sends it across. Big kick. Stopped by Hanselino. Incredible chances for Vesa Pompa here in closing time. As it's recovered here once more by Havu. Polanco dishes back to the point and again back down low. Now Sestelia looking at his options. Weaves around a little bit. Finds Jay Toro. Slap shot. Shot on. Second chance for Dominointi. Doesn't go. Still trying to fight for it down low. And Holman able to not find the pass off the post. Second chance doesn't go either. Final minute of play here. Havu all over them. Chance for Jay Toro. The pass is off the mark. Gets to Polanco down low in the corner. Chance there on the short side for Flyer Kungen. Couldn't find the space though. Ekin fighting for it. Not able to get it. Dominointi to Polanco. Can't get that shot on net. Again, Ed Holman, great defense there. Flyer Kungen looking, pass in front. Dominointi couldn't get it. Johannes was there to intercept. 24 seconds remaining. Vesa Pompa in possession. Do you go for the win or do you hold on for the point? It's offside with 17 seconds to go.
Well, after that flurry from Havu, perhaps you want to hold on to the point. Terrific reads in the offensive end from Flyer Kungen, and especially Puanzo made a couple plays right there to hold that puck in, keep the pressure on, make some feeds, but an even better job from Ed Holman and Hockey Johannes to make the good intercepts, box out the players, and prevent Havu from getting that go-ahead goal here.
One final rush, but it was broken up. Ekin turns it over. Chance for Puanzo in front, a kick stop. Close call for Vesa Pompa, but they do live to see overtime. Sin, it's not every day you see this. Goalless through regulation. We go to overtime. 0-0.
Yeah, especially from a team like Havu, who, you know, can be known for, you know, very much so for their scoring. It's just hasn't quite been there so far this season. It's kind of odd. I mean, they're getting plenty of pressure. They just can't find the right looks or get the right shots, or, you know, as we saw a couple times, missing the net, or, you know, hitting that post or getting deflections that go just wide or just to that wrong area. A little bit snake bitten as a group here, but credit to Vesa Pompa, their team defense, but especially to Mr. Allsvenskan, who has done a terrific job of being in great position. But you see that 10:30 time on attack from Havu, only 11 registered shots. There have been a lot of blocks from Vesa Pompa and a lot of times where they're not allowing those second, third opportunities. On the flip side, you know, they got a lot more shots. They doubled their shot output in that period alone from the entire game, and that was, you know, credit to them kind of learning how to get that puck in and finding chances that did work. A couple huge saves having to come out from Hanselino as well. This is going to be a crazy overtime. We're not too sure when we're going to find that game-winning goal, but we know it's going to be exciting up to the point where that puck goes in the net.
And Sin, you saw it mentioned as well in chat by Estor. Philadelphia winning their season opener 1-0 against Tunnel Vision. But again, a surprisingly low-scoring game for a top team. Vesa Pompa back in possession here. Let's see what Ekin can do. He's forced to drop back to Ed Holman. Not able to find his way through the double team. Johannes will recover possession. See if Vesa Pompa can get a breakout going. No space for Kachin there. Has the puck back though. Pass to Ekin off the mark as well. Nasistelia was there to fend him off. Johannes looking for space, takes the hit. Poked away again by Nasistelia. Färjestad drops it back to him. He walks it over the line. Dominointi trying to hold on to it through a double team. Can't do so, but he fights back and is in possession here. Jay Toro pinching in, tries the short side. It went off the side of the goal. Again, it's Johannes in possession now. Find Kachin, Zovi, over to Ekin. There you go. That's more of what you need from Vesa Pompa. Quick movement. They have a little bit of space here. Chance, the shot doesn't get through. He nearly found a little bit of space to take that shot in the high slot.
Yeah, not a bad look either. Just look for that rebound. Anything can happen in overtime. I like the mentality from Vesa Pompa.
Dominointi down low in the corner in front. Färjestad on the doorstep. Just couldn't pull the trigger on the shot. The puck just bouncing around, wouldn't settle. Good chance here. Kachin in possession for Vesa Pompa, and he draws the trip. We will see VP go to the power play for the second time. And it's taking a seat. Dominointi, the centerman. Huge moment here. Again, Zovi's been very good on the draws. He goes up against Färjestad. And Färjestad wins it. You do see that often, though, Sin. A change in centerman can catch someone off guard because that normal tempo and pace that you've had in the circle, you know, it's disappeared all of a sudden. So a big moment there for Havu and Färjestad. Again, sudden death overtime. We stick with it until we have a winner. Just the first game of two between these two teams. Again, later on as well in this broadcast, it's FBK, Färjestad, taking on the ZSC Lions, making their debut. It's an offside call there with 38 seconds to go on the man advantage.
Yeah, not a whole lot going for Vesa Pompa so far on this power play. You see it, once you lose that zone once, it can be so hard to get it back in, especially against a team like Havu. Their blue line control is fantastic. Another face-off win there for Färjestad, just cleared down the ice by Puanso. But yeah, you touched on it earlier. Sometimes it can be difficult facing that different centerman. It absolutely is. Playing center in the face-off, such a mental battle.
It's Färjestad, great block though by his opposing captain, Färjestad. We are back to 5-on-5 play here halfway through this overtime. Could be the first of many, how this pace is going. But, of course, the way overtimes works, and you never know. At a moment's notice, of course, they can end. Let's see what happens here. Wansa hits Färjestad. Odd shot there from Jay Toro on his offhand. Nearly caught Svensson off guard. Now it's Estelia back to Jay Toro again. The shot locked down in front, couldn't find its way through the traffic. And again, you see Kachin just trying different looks to try and make his way past the defense, but good luck with that when you're going up against Jay Toro and Nasistelia now. A duo, I mean, a new duo, but a top-notch duo. Chance for Jay Toro. Loose puck still there. Good feed to get that one away from trouble. Kachin not able to find Ekin. Nasistelia, though, having trouble with the Vesa Pompa captain. He's forced to send it around the back. Havu will slow things down, and you see Havu willing, to slow it down, but Vesa Pompa, same thing, willing to drop back. Create those layers in defense along the blue line. Jay Toro, along the half wall here, loses it to Ekin. Great job there by Puanso to break that one up and keep the chance alive for Havu, only for the moment, though. Johannes trying to get over the... Able to find Zovi, has a chance, and a big stop by Hansalino. Great job by Zovi to just stick with that one and get the chance.
Yeah, just powering his way to the net, but unfortunate for him, the handedness and where that puck went really limited his options. Hansalino read that, really cut off any chance to sneak that puck home.
We've seen there Ed Holman dealing with a temporary injury after blocking that shot. Keep an eye, left-hand side of your screen. He's in possession now. We'll see how that affects him. Presumably going to slow him up a little bit. Maybe Havu could catch him. A good interception there by Ekin to help out. Again, we'll see what happens. The final 2 minutes, real time. Might see a little bit more of a pace here. Jay Toro. Quick passes with Puanso and Dominointi. Puanso leads it in again, down low in that corner. Flyer Kungan not able to get the puck. Big pinch in by Jay Toro. Ekin having trouble. Loose puck recovered by Nasistelia. Again, a loose puck in front, but the defense is there to take that one away.
Yeah.
The pass on the mark.
Havu's chance is looking exceptionally dangerous, but again, Vesa Pompa is not letting them get those second opportunities. When the first play doesn't work, Vesa Pompa just seems to be right there every single time to clear the puck out. It's got to be so frustrating for Havu.
You can play defense like this all season. We'll be seeing Vesa Pompa back in the playoffs. We have another injury, though, as Ekin perhaps, maybe injured, perhaps just gassed at this stage, but got up very, very slow there. In possession, takes the hit from Jay Toro. There were 3 players in front of Ekin at the blue line. Not too much you can do there. But, of course, the dump and chase not exactly preferred here among the Europeans, the European elites. Has a chance here, though, perhaps for Ekin. Tried to get it over to Zovi. He has it. Back to Johannes. Slap shot through. Kick save. Rebound. Chance to flex. Still fighting for it is Ekin. Final 30 seconds in the double team. He comes up with it, though. Tries to wire one on. Dominointi was there to intercept. The original 2 outlets weren't there. You can see essentially the read option. Turnover here, though. Zobi, does he have the speed past Nasistelia? Tried to go between the legs. No other option there, really. Final 12 seconds. Polanco, burst of speed, cutting in. Tried the short side again. Jay Toro tries to feed it in front to Flyer Kungan. That doesn't go. Nasistelia. What will he do? 2 seconds chance for Flyer Kungan. Loose puck. Dominointi has no time. And we go to overtime number 2 in a goalless game.
Unreal. We've seen so many close calls. That one, especially from Vesa Pompa, just trickling wide of Hans Selenio. A definite chance to end it. All these passes to the middle, just neither team really giving them those easy opportunities on the back door. And I gotta say, I am extremely surprised to see Vesa Pompa playing as well as they are against Havu. And on the flip side, maybe a bit surprised that Havu hasn't found a goal yet with how many chances they're getting. But look at that. The shot number is getting closer and closer. Time and attack may be hard to recover for Vesa Pompa, but that's just what happens when you go against Havu. They're extremely good on that cycle. But again, after they get that first shot, where's the danger? I just don't see it a lot from Havu, and those dangerous chances that they have got are either been saved by Mr. Allsvenskan, just wide something, and it's at this point Havu's got to be questioning what they need to do to find the back of the net. Offense, bit of an issue for him so far in the course of this season.
Man, it's unbelievable, but here we are. Double overtime in Vesa Pompa's first game of the season. As you mentioned, time on attack only means so much. It means to increase your chances of scoring. Time on attack doesn't mean anything unless you do something with it. So we'll see what happens here. Havu still with an opportunity to do something with all that time on attack, but so far, shockingly, again, you're talking about a Havu squad that I think had 5 goals in 2 games against YMCA, and now you're talking about playing 4 periods of play here. The shot there, deflection bit in front, doesn't go. Still without a goal. Near chance there for a holding call, especially based off of the interference call we saw earlier, but no dice. Big feed up to Dominointi. Tries to find Polanco, but it goes below the goal line. Jay Toro. Again, pass off the mark for Polanco, who was unlucky to not intercept that. Tough break for Havu.
Yeah, Jay Toro just got caught going to that blue line and moving back in his position. Couldn't quite hold it when the puck came to him, and there's a loose stick right in the slot. Kind of tough situation for Havu. That could affect, some of their passing opportunities.
You get the puck back here. Jay Toro stepping in, tries the far side, but flashing the leather. Mr. Allsvenskan makes another stop. This game marches on.
Yeah, and Havu trying more and more different looks, just trying to find a way to put the puck in the net, looking for shots from just about anywhere. Good face-off win will continue their pressure, though.
Down low. Flyer Kungan not able to hold on to it. Kachin finds the pass to Ekin, but again, just nowhere to go. Flyer Kungan will pass it back. They try the quick outs, and Holman was all over that one. An offside call here against Vesa Pompa. Nearly 7.5 minutes gone. 7:25 if you care to be exact. Here in this second overtime, and we're going to see a pause and a timeout here for the first time. That lovely 10 ping, making everyone in North America jealous.
Absolutely. I mean, I only get that when I play on a server that's the closest to me, and I rarely get to play on that as someone here living in California. But that being said, I mean, we figure out ways to make it work. But yeah, little bit of jelly coming out here. But yeah, again, we can see it, Havu, with that slap pass chance. They're willing to try just about everything. We don't really see them doing that too often. That's more of, the Färjestad thing. We've seen Philadelphia do it, but Havu, really likes to stick to the system for the most part, but I do like the adjustments that they're trying to make right here. That one, maybe not the most optimal slap pass.
Over the line is Havu Dominointi in possession now. Wanso tried to go back to him. Jay Toro will recover the loose puck. Now Sestelia one-timer again, blocked down in front. Havu still in possession though. Jay Toro tries the snipe, taken straight to the chest. And Allsvenskan will cover.
Yep, the Havu attack. I mean, their cycle game's working, and they're starting to shoot a bit more off of it, a bit quicker, 1 or 2 less passes than they would normally do, just trying to catch Vesa Pompa off guard.
Wanso again in possession down low. Flyer Kungan keeps it down low. Looking for those windows of opportunity. Dominointi loose puck. Wanso recovers. Trouble there, but he gets it back to the point to now Sestelia. Shot on. Big stop there. Could have been deflected at the last moment. Can Havu find this goal? They've gotten the better of the attacking play with the TOA, but you have to find the back of the net. And you see there, as this game's gone on, for Vesa Pompa, it's been more and more, it's going to take a lucky break as opposed to finding sustained pressure and ways to break through. Although, recovery here for Kachin. Ekin, though, nowhere to go. Havu tightening up defensively, Sim, but also keeping up that offensive pressure.
Yeah, what a play by Nastia Stelia right there. Preventing the 2-on-1 by getting aggressive on the puck carrier. Huge glove save.
Nearly picks the corner. Again, Tristan Jarry, he is not. Remember when I made that call 16 hours ago? This game was still going on. Another tie up here in the offensive zone for Havu. See that at home, it's block shots already. A break there for Zobi. Let's see what Ekin can do. He tries to drop back to the defense off the mark. Risky play here. Johannes, smart pass. Another smart pass there for Kachin. Let's see what Johannes can do. Finds Ed Holman on an indirect pass. 4.5 minutes to go. Trouble still for Vesa Pompa. You got to wonder, will the dump and chase start being a factor here at this stage? Space here perhaps for Kachin, poked away. I mean, for Vesa Pompa, it's hold on and hope for a lucky break, or you got to try and start doing more risky stuff. But here's Jay Toro poked away. One more time by Ed Holman. Slows it down. Spin move, at least gets it over the line. Flyer Kungan right back in on the attack, though. The off wing. Dominointi has it. Tries to get it in front. Loose puck. Great feed by Johannes. Very fast to get it out of trouble. Final 2 minutes. Space for Kachin here. A lot of traffic, though. Zobi takes the hit. Still has it. Johannes at the point. Slap shot off the ankle of Flyer Kungan. 1:44 to go. Again, another slow minute. Just the first game, although I guess you could call it a 2-1, Sin. Just the first game of a scheduled 4 in this broadcast, but you never know when you might get more than what was planned. Be careful what you ask for, I guess, when the ECL Elite Division's back in action. Season 12. We told you. It's had a feeling of being a special season. So here's Ekin, the captain. Feeds it over. Ed Holman on the pinch. Here we go. Big opportunity for Vesa Pompa now. Ekin off the back. That one nearly took a bounce that was very beneficial to Vesa Pompa. Here's Wanso. Has a step. Drops back. Jay Toro. Slap shot off a leg. Trouble here, though. Played out of danger. That pass not able to find its intended target. Final minute of the second overtime here. The season opener for Vesa Pompa. Third game of the year for Havu. They are 1-1 on the season. And just our third match day, our second broadcast of the season. This one, played by Hanselinho right up the ice. Man, the Tristan Jarry comparisons continue. Here's the chance. Flyer Kungan taken out by the flying poke check. Shot blocked down again. 33 seconds to go. What an opportunity that was for Havu. Tristan Jarry, eat your heart out. We'll just keep hitting that punching bag. Chance here. Jay Toro denied. Great positioning from Allsvenskan. Loose puck in front. Flyer Kungan recovers. Not able to hold on to it. Johannes able to find Kachin. He has a bit of space to work with. Great moves. Can't draw the trip, though. Can't find his way where he was looking to get. Back to Johannes. One-timer and a glove stop by Hanselinho with 2.9 to go. One more chance for Vesa Pompa here, or will it be a third overtime? 15 block shots to 30. Absolutely incredible. Face-off is won by Dominoiti. When one game just isn't enough, when one third period just isn't enough, you go to what would be the third period of game 2. Sin, wow. It's triple overtime.
I mean, what is even going on? Again, we get to say it. This has the feeling of a playoff game, especially as it's worn on. Both of these teams just playing outstanding defensively, but 15 blocked shots for Vesa Pompa. That just goes to show you how good they play and how much they're trying to help out Mr. Allsvenskan back there. But that being said, at times he hasn't seemed to look like he needs a lot of help. Just absolutely incredible job in the crease for his debut. And on the flip side, Hanselinius had to make some big saves that one time at the end there as well. Seeming like both these goalies have magnets in their gloves, and that puck is just going straight in there. Who is going to pick the corner? I don't know at this point. It's got to come down to a weird bounce. I can't see either of these goalies giving an inch.
Talk about the mental game, the mental side of the game with the second game coming up and what effect that could have. Expect that one to be higher score, just off of tendencies. But here's Dominoiti. Now Sestelia, the shot, deflects again in front. Very impressive performance from Vesa Pompa defensively. Just puck around the back. Jay Toro pinches in. Palazzo covers. Still trying to just bull rush his way, as Jay Toro always seems to do. Not able to find his way there. Back to the point. Johannes looking in front. Loose puck held by Palazzo. Now Jay Toro. He'll drop back. Quick up to Flyer Kungan, able to hold it. Palazzo knocked off. Here's Ekin trying to send it down the other way. Kachin nearly picked that one off. No icing on the play. Flyer Kungan back in possession, looking to lead the rush. He'll drop back. Now Sestelia, burst of speed. A little bit of trouble there. Dominoiti holds. Pass to Jay Toro. Palazzo. Flyer Kungan might try that odd shot if he had the space. There was no space to be found. The opportunity here over the blue line. That one fired into the slot. Nobody on the receiving end of that, at least in the Vesa Pompa unit. Let's see what Havu can do now on this chance. Back and forth. Who will find the breakthrough here? Mistimed at the line, offside, with 12:14 to go in triple overtime.
Yeah, we've seen just about a little bit of everything. It started off high flying, and now, more of a neutral zone battle kind of taking place. Palazzo, terrific job on that back check to intercept the pass towards that slot. And neither one of these teams really able to find a lot of those A-grade chances right now. The defense coming out from both sides is tremendous.
Palazzo has it down low in the corner. Flyer Kungan. Again, fended off by Johannes. Ekin looking for space. Fights off Dominoiti. Dobie back to the point. Slap shot blocked down by Flyer Kungan. Able to feed Palazzo. Good defense there, though. Back checking pressure from Kachin. And Holman. Able to find Ekin. Here's Kachin looking for Zovi. He has it down low. Fired one through the paint. Pressure there by Jay Toro. Ekin still fighting for it. Back down low for Kachin. Slap shot from an odd angle. Anselino able to make the save there. Sin, that's what you got to do. Try different looks. Catch somebody off guard. Stop down there at the line. Poked off. Now Sestelia able to prevent the offside. Back in the neutral zone. And missed time there that time. 7:08 remaining here in this third overtime. No goals, in case you missed anything.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of looking crazy. Both these teams, if possible, their blue line presence has gotten better and better as it's gone on. There's just no space most of the time to get those pucks in, and once you do, we'll get a quick turnover once again.
Here we go, the opportunity for Zovi. Tried to go between the legs. Just wasn't there. 6 minutes remaining in this third overtime. Again, the first game of 2, in case you had nowhere to be for the next 12 hours. The first game of 2 between these two teams, Färjestad and the ZSC Lions, coming up later on in this broadcast. Chance here for Jay Toro, fired wide on the shot. Kachin fighting for it. Flyer Kungan has it, tried the snipe, blocked down. Still in possession here, though. Back to the point with Jay Toro. Finds the captain down low. And again, they work it back to the point. Now Sestelia loses it. And a bit of a breather here for Vesa Pompa. Not for long. Of course, Havu right back in on the attack. Palazzo back to the point. Jay Toro has it knocked loose. Palazzo recovers. Dominoiti looking. And Again, they survive. Space here for Kachin. Taken away by Nasistelia. The second you get hope on the rush for Vesa Pompa. Nasistelia might be coming for Defenseman of the Year at this stage if he plays like this all year. Backhand, tried the chance. Puck still loose in the crease. Back out to the point and recovered by Vesa Pompa. 1:37 to go, real time at this stage. Big move there by Zovi. Pass across off of the leg there of Hanselino. Fucking, I think, off of a skate. Havu back in possession once more. Dominointi. Chance here for Nasistelia. Looking in front, finds its way to Jay Toro. Blocked down one more time. Sauce pass intercepted by Puanzo. They have to regain the zone, though, and they can't. 1:09 to go here, Sin.
This is insane. It's actually a little weird. I mean, Vesa Pompa, they probably are up towards or over 20 block shots, and that's I don't know. This is unreal defending by them. I mean, who would have expected this? 0-0 in triple overtime between these two teams. I mean, we talk about all the time, expect the unexpected. This is definitely living up to that, I guess you could say, expectation. What else can you say?
Kachin has it here, not able to hold on to it. We said, the top of this broadcast hit on Monday, turnover here. Ekin, Zobi has it poked away. Johannes shot through. Might not have found its way to Hanselino. This season's official tagline, expect the unexpected. It's going to be a bizarre season. It's lived up to the hype so far through just the 5 games, although I guess you could consider this 2 games in 1 just about, that we've seen. Here's Puanzo in space, down low. Dominointi looking. Where can he go? Down low in the corner. Loose puck taken away. Zobi trying to generate some speed. Finds Kachin. Nowhere to go. Final 10 seconds of the 3rd overtime. Pressure at the point. Sent all the way down. 0.8 to go. They're going to go for it. Somebody call Tyler Toffoli. We know what's possible. But with 0.8 in this game, too little too late, especially not having that quick one-time opportunity. Sin, we go to overtime number 4. The prediction was 86% saying Havu was going to win. They still might, but it's going to take at least 2 games plus.
Yeah, I am 86% in awe right here. This is unreal. Just the level of defense, it seems that every single defending player's stick is in the right place at the right time. I can't remember the last time we've seen a game where there hasn't been a lot of second, third opportunities. Havu had the puck loose in front with 3 black jerseys there, and they couldn't get another stick on it. I don't know what's going on. It's absolutely insane, and Vesa Pompa has closed the gap even more. The shots 16 to 15, and I don't think we're catching. Yeah, I can't see how many shots they blocked as a team, but I gotta say it's got to be up at 20 or at least close, because they are just in every single lane. And these two teams, neither one of them seeming to like to go for the D-to-D one-timers, and I'm kind of curious at this point why they're not. Especially for Havu, if a lot of those shots are getting blocked, then, you know, that's because they know where those lanes are. Perhaps you need to, you know, try some of those quick D-to-D one-timers. We've seen a couple, but in, well, a full 2 games at this point, I don't know. I feel like perhaps not quite enough, and they're being maybe a bit predictable on that offensive end of things and where they're taking those shots from, because Vesa Pompa, those shot block numbers, they do not lie. Incredible effort from them.
Just texted the girlfriend, I'll see you in November, just to presume. Is Puanzo not able to hold this one? Let's see what Havu can do. Nasistelia to Jay Toro, the shot just wide. Dominointi holding. See what he can do through the traffic. Finds Nasistelia, down low again. Trouble. Kachin able to take that one away. Again, has nowhere to go beyond Nasistelia. Remember this performance from him. See what Havu can do now. Gain the line, loose puck. Recovered by Johannes. Big hip check, though. Loose puck. Still fighting for it down low. Puanzo, Nasistelia, Jay Toro back again. Loose chance again. Somehow, some way, Puanzo doesn't end it. Chance down the other side for Zovi. Looking, throw it in front. Loose puck, kick stop from the goal line by Hanselino. We continue.
What is that? What a save, number one, from Allsvenskan at the other end, sliding over to get that pad on it. And right there, another loose bouncing puck. Hanselino able to come up with the save. A trickler on that blocker side, getting off the pad and sitting there in the butterfly. And again, no jersey there to knock it in for Vesa Pompa. Just incredible. I believe my partner here is muted or having mic issues.
Indeed I was. It's perfectly fine. I'm losing my mind. What are you going to do? Chance down the other way for Havu. Watso to he just misses. We'll continue onward. Sin, the action speaks for itself. That's my defense. The opportunity. Going down the other way here. Catch him with a little bit of space. What can he do? Chance there. Hanselino able to cover. 11 minutes, seconds, hours even to go on the clock.
Yeah, at this point, time seems to be just, some construct that no one really is abiding to anymore. What a game that we've seen. And goals that they don't exist apparently here in ECL 12. We're not having any, but Havu with a chance maybe to get one.
Färjestad denied on a big stop by Mr. Allsvenskan. Nearly turned over here, having to fight for it. They maintain it. Zovi to Johannes. Good patience. Ekin nowhere to go without the dump and chase. We're catching them in transition. What are you going to do? The quick out there. Dominointi got in front of it. Just over 8 minutes to play now. See what Havu can do here on this break-in. Beyond the midway point of OT number 4. And Vesa Pompa season opener. Pawanso just couldn't get it. Allsvenskan caught swimming for the first time. Toro's shot doesn't go through. Dominointi still has it. Flyer Kungan taken away. Good work there to try and keep it in. Havu back in possession once more, though, here, Sin. Just under 6 minutes to play. This one poked away. A race for the puck. Great positioning from Nasustelia to prevent any sort of trouble there.
Yeah, the body blocks are just outstanding from him. What a game he's had on the defensive side of things.
It's for Pawanso, denied! Unbelievable save by Mr. Allsvenskan in OT4. We keep going. Of course we do. What a stop. Havu in possession. Poked away. Ekin, big feed to Kachin here. Trying to hold on to it. Finds Johannes. Chance again. Ekin elected to pass. You can hear the fans from the stands yelling, shoot. Ekin can't get the wraparound. Still fighting for it with Nasustelia. Final 2 minutes. I will say again, it's in real time. Have you heard that one before? I know you have. This one's down in the zone. Good outlet pass from J. Toro. Pawansa nearly mistimed it. It's taken away regardless. Ekin, loose puck, down low. Kachin gives chase. Nasustelia is there. Again, Flyer Kungan the drop back to Nasu, gets it back. Pass to J. Toro's off the mark, 1:25 to go. Sin, this is just stunning.
It really is. At this point, I'm honestly running out of words for what this is.
It's a lot of things, depending on who you are, I would say. So that pass is off the mark, 1:10 remaining in OT number 4. Chance for Flyer Kungan, wired one high. Pawanso has it now. Able to lose it there. Flyer Kungan able to get it back, I should say. 51 seconds to go on the clock. Dominointi looking. Flyer Kungan couldn't hold on to it. Johannes finds Kachin. Here's Ekin. Trying to get past Nasustelia. No dice. Toro has it now. 35 to go. Pawanso offside with 33 seconds remaining.
Wow. I mean, this is a clinic of defense and goaltending from both of these teams. I don't know how many times we can hammer that point home, but we're going to continue to do it. I mean, you say it time and time again on Nasustelia's time, trying to get by Nasustelia. Good luck at this point. He is just a brick wall back there on that blue line.
Final 20 seconds of the fourth overtime. Chance here. 3-on-1 for Vesa Pompa, and they can't do anything with it. Face off to come with 13.8 to go.
That one's gonna sting. That's the biggest opportunity that Vesa Pompa has had here, really off the rush in any of these overtimes, and I don't know. It looked like he almost wound up for a slap shot animation. I'm not too sure what he was trying to attempt right there. Nonetheless, a great defensive stick prevents the opportunity.
Offside with 1.6 to go. Sin, that all but assures us that we are going to overtime number 5. At what point do you just say, put the goddamn puck on net? Hopefully I'm allowed to say that on this broadcast. Something will go in eventually. You gotta change something. Going for the same chances over and over isn't working. Let's see some creativity. Let's see some shots. Somebody win. I got places to be. It's hot as hell here. It's the hottest day of the year. I'm stuck in an office. Win the game. Just win it. Somebody. There's 10,000 euros on the line for whoever wins this tournament. Win the game. 5th overtime. Yeah!
With the way we're going, this game is going to still be continuing on. By the time that prize pool is dished out, we're going to have to alter the schedule. We're going to have to change some rules here. You know, this is Keith Richards' level of existence, this game. It just will not end. And, I mean, what else can you say? Yeah, it's at this point, one of these teams has got to figure out that beating the head against the same proverbial wall has not really worked yet. 17 shots to 20 after a full 2 games now, plus it's I don't know what does it take for one of these teams to put the puck in the net. It's at this point
a miracle, a goddamn Christmas miracle. Somebody get me some alcohol. We march on. 5th overtime. Here we go. Let's do that hockey, as they say in hockey. Right, Grease? Let's do that. Here we go. Game number 1 of 2. Continuing on. Havu sends it around the back. Let's see what they can do. Färjestad has it. To Dominoiti. Asistelia as well. Waiting it out. Chance glove stop by Mr. Allsvenskin. Is it against league rules? This goes out to Kenu. Is it against league rules to pay one of these teams to take a dive? Because that might be what it takes. No one's given an inch. What's it going to take?
Let's Don King
And
this
just
game.
wide for Jay Toro. Sin, continue.
Yeah, no, get Don King on the phone, because at this point, someone's going to have to throw the match. Throw in the towel, something.
Loose puck taken away by Havu. Mistimed at the line. Dominoiti forced to slow it down.
Yeah, chance right there. He had Puanzo cutting in with the step. Maybe didn't see that pass in time. Maybe thought he wouldn't be there in that situation. But you can kind of see here how much Havu likes to play to their system. But when that system's getting shut down, maybe not really able to adjust enough on the fly to make the chances work. And we're kind of seeing that right now. 0-0.
The New York Islanders, or the Dallas Stars, perhaps, based off of the jerseys of the ECL Elite Division. Maybe reminiscent of the mid-90s New Jersey Devils. See what happens here with Puanzo on his off wing. Färjestad still fighting for it, not able to maintain possession. At home and able to find his centerman. Jay Toro's there to defend. Färjestad try to burst the speed. It ends up being offside nearly halfway through the 5th overtime.
And I think we saw in chat, we're not even sure what the record of overtime is, but it said maybe 6 overtimes. We're on pace for unlimited overtimes. I say he does it. Shout out James Myrtle on Twitter, but my goodness, what is it going to take for one of these teams to score?
Hands off the post again! Färjestad couldn't bury it. Another chance on the wraparound. Allsvenskin is there. All the big names are showing up in chat. Shout out to the Ole, admin extraordinaire. Shout out to X-Tech, my greatest rival. We continue onward. Face off 1, Jay Toro denied, puck in the air, and it's in! Havu wins it! Jay Toro is the hero in 5 overtimes! Mercifully, God, it's over.
Oh my goodness. Maybe I won't have to cancel my appointment after all, but goodness gracious. What? Of course it ends like that. It has to. A game as bizarre as that with as good as defending as possible, it's going to end on a weird bouncing puck on top of the net, going back behind. Oh my goodness, that's just... Yep, that's the way this game was going to end. You know what? When the second it started going into weird overtime categories, the second some of those bounces were starting to take place, when neither team was able to really gain an inch, gain those second, third opportunities, it's going to go in on a, well, I mean, you got to kind of call it a fluky goal right there. I was racking my head thinking, what kind of caster's curse can we put on either of these two teams to make this game end? And, well, it looks like the game was willing to gift us with a conclusion to what can only be described as an interesting, I don't know. Look at the time on attack from Havu. My goodness, they had more minutes of time on attack than they had shots. Credit again to Vesa Pompa for, I want to know their shot blocking totals. If one of these teams can kind of throw that stat on screen, it's got to be 20-25 minimum.
Oh my God.
Unreal. What the heck?
You knew it was going to end on a play like that. Sin, there is so much to talk about with these two teams, but I mean, holy hell.
Let's just like not talk about it and just, I mean, I don't know. Do these teams need a breather after that? They've played their 2 games, but they still have another game because logic is not a thing that we have seen so far in this ECL season. Look at that. Oh man, he had him beat and it goes off the crossbar. That was the chance that you talked about ringing off the post just a couple minutes before that. Another chance for them to end it. A chance where once again you get that little bit of space on Allsvenskan that was, to be fair, very hard to come by, and you either miss the net or ring it off the post. Well, if you're a goaltender, you have great stats. If you're Hans Salini or Allsvenskan, what a way to boost your stats for the rest of the season. In one game, you had over 2 games worth of incredible stats, and wow, just wow.
I got nothing. I got nothing at this stage. I mean, you know, you look beyond the original 60 minutes of regulation, and it's like, okay, here are our talking points. You get halfway through the 5th overtime. What do you do from there? Again, when they have another game coming up, I think every member of Vesa Pompa and Havu are off the Christmas card list of the members of Färjestad and ZSC Esports because they'll be playing until 6 a.m. local time at this rate. Sin, how I wish we could throw to a break. I don't think we can. We're going to have to march on here. I'm sure they're going to try to get into that next game as fast as they possibly can. God help us. The expectation, of course, is that one will probably end 7-6.
Yeah,
but
shout out to H-Reds. They're no longer on the hook for giving us extra long casts. Havu and Vesa Pompa. Yeah, no. I saw apes in chat earlier. Just let your boys know that you're no longer public enemy number 1 for long OT games. Now Havu and Vesa Pompa are on the list right here. But Jesus.
Oh God.
More goals, please.
We'll be back after a very brief word from our lovely friends. Sin knows them. Sin loves them. He's rocking the jersey. I can't because I'm dying. It's so hot here. Our friends at Wilhelm. We'll be right back.
Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.
There you go. See? A quick word from our friends at Wilhelm. Not only, of course, do they have Sin, when flaming hot snacks just aren't enough, you have to add, what, the Carolina Reaper just to... I mean, that sandwich looks to be the equivalent of what that overtime was. Where the pain just keeps going.
Yeah, you're taking flames and turning it into a desert fire, and I'm all about that life. Please torture my mouth. That's how I like to eat. And Wilhelm seems to be right up my alley. I cannot wait till we get to sink my teeth into some of those snacks. You either come to the States or I'll have to come there to Finland.
Yeah, well, one of these days when this is over and we get to broadcast a final live, whether in Sweden or Finland, Sin will enjoy it. At this stage, as long as the boys in the next game promise not to go to overtime, I will also eat one of those next to Sin. We'll film it. He'll be laughing his ass off, and I'll be dead.
Chat,
Man.
please clip that because I need that for motivation later on. I need to hold this guy to his word because sometimes he has a way of getting out of things at times.
Yeah, not this time. Not this time. Sin with that. Talking point for Havu. I mean, number one, the concerns about Hanselinho. He technically does get a shutout in his first game back. My God, did he have to earn it at times. Obviously for Havu, though, through those first 2 games against YMCA, we said, man, only 5 goals against a team that's a fringe playoff team at best. It took you 16 years to score a goal against Vesa Pompa, and it was a bit of a fluke. You talked about it. It's the downside to their style. And we've seen games like this, particularly in the playoffs, in games against the likes of H-Reds and Philadelphia. Havu are unwilling. They shall not be moved. It is, we are running our strategy and our systems, and if it doesn't work, whatever, we'll sit here for as long as it takes until it does.
Yeah, and the thing is, in the past, it's been able to work. They've been a dominant team year after year, season after season. The thing is now, I think Elite is really just getting better and better. And the teams are getting better and better around Philadelphia, around Havu. You're going to have to make some adjustments. We saw at times Havu making some slight adjustments, but I don't think it was there quite enough. Yes, they're a very methodical team. Yes, it's systematic. Yes, it has worked. But here's Vesa Pompa, a team with mostly players who played in pro last year. Yes, they have tremendous chemistry, but with only Ekin with the elite experience, who's been there at least, from last season, it's almost kind of a little troubling that you weren't able to execute and score. Now, maybe it was a bit of a bizarre game. It'll be more telling what happens here in this game too. But, the small sample size is, these seasons go by so quick. That was your 3rd game. You're 2-1 now. If they lost, I couldn't remember the last time Havu would have had, more losses, OT or not, than they had wins early on in a season. I couldn't even think back to a time when that happened. That would have been a crazy prospect, but that was it. They were a bounce away from that happening. That just goes to show you, the times are a-changing.
It was a great performance from Vesa Pompa defensively. You were talking about a lineup with the exception of Captain Ekin on the right-hand side, green icon for Vesa Pompa. Everyone else is essentially an elite rookie. Kachin's been here before. In fairness, though, it was in a depth role with the Northern Stars. Funny enough. So, for the most part here, and that was season 8, we're talking 4 seasons ago that he last played here. So at the end of the day, you're talking about a team that doesn't have any elite experience outside of Ekin. That was a phenomenal performance defensively. If they can have that level of competent defense, but find their offensive game against everyone else aside from the big 3, big 4, big 5, they're going to be a playoff team this year. There's no doubt about it. But
yeah, absolutely.
Oftentimes, if you want to take that step up, you got to find that offense. And they had a good performance. There's no doubt about that. They had chances. They just ran into Hanselinho, who, turns out, granted, he would have been playing goalie leading into the season, but it turns out that there's no rust, all things considered. And in terms of how to pronounce Kachin's name, that's what I was told 3 seasons ago, so shut up. Anyway, we move on. And we'll see what happens here, Sin, because all things considered, after a 5 overtime game, you expect that all of a sudden, this could very well be a blowout. It could be an equally high-scoring game. We said expect the unexpected. Who knows? That spin the wheel. What's it going to land on? 7-0 blowout. 17 overtimes. Nobody knows for sure.
Absolutely not. So 0 expectations heading into this. We'll have to see what happens. Any expectations you might have had would have been completely shattered by that 5 overtime game that we just witnessed. 0-0, by the way, until the game winner was scored. So pretty bizarre here. I'm hearing, we're hearing rumblings of people maybe asking for shootout in the future. Just kidding, that won't happen. No one likes a shootout here. Let's get real. But puck drop here in the second game.
That would be incredible, though. I'd be down for it. Why not? With that, again, the game is on. It feels like we're just continuing on from where we were. Sin and I will be here on your screen for as long as our producer decides. Because you know what? We should have done this in the 5th overtime, Sin. We should have done that in the 5th overtime. It would have been fine. You could have just seen the pain and despair as that was just wide. For Dominoiti, a good early chance, of course, as you'd expect. Havu in the white going up on your screen. Of course, Vesa Pompa in the lovely black and gold this time out. Chance for Powanzo. Dominoiti throws one on. Don't know if it ever found its way to the net. Of course, the action today, as always, brought to you by our lovely partners at Viaplay, Wilhelm and Kovalan Rakits. Of course, we thank you very much for helping make this season what it is. The opportunity there, shot blocked down, sent it. Honestly, it's like deja vu. You see a 0-0 scoreline, and it's like, all right, what's this gonna be? Nervous energy right now is what this feels like. That shot can't find its way through. Flyer Kungen will recover. Chance for Dominoiti, and what a stop there by Mr. Allsvenskan. Good lord, again, it took a phenomenal bounce over the top to beat him in the last game. Now Sestelia, that one settled down out of midair by Hockey Johannes. That looked like it very well could have been in, with Allsvenskan already reacting to the initial shot.
Yeah, and while there are some similarities from last game, and that is Vesa Pompa getting in those shooting lanes, we're now seeing Havu Gaming able to get to those rebounds first, able to get to those loose pucks, hold that puck in just a little bit longer, and get some second, third opportunities as Powanzo steamrolls Zuvi there in the neutral zone.
Chance here for Powanzo now into the zone, just can't weave his way through. Working it back and around with one Dominoiti to the point. Flyer Kungen. Jay Toro's pass. Off the mark. Stretch pass down the other way. We'll go for icing. Sin, it's funny, we're actually getting a detail here. There was a game in ECL 10, that was 2 seasons ago, in the light division, that ended 1-0 at the exact same time. Dead on the money, 5th overtime at the exact same time. So, you know, that's one of those weird stats where you say, how is that possible that a game had possibly ended under the exact same circumstances? It's happened before, just like that's happened before. A hit off the post, this time from Vesa Pompa. We saw quite a few post hits in that first game. Of course, the second game of this home-and-home. In the second match day, the match night, opportunity, glove save by Allsvenskan. Great read there. Again, Havu playing yesterday. This is Vesa Pompa's season opening series. First 2 games of a 30-game campaign. The 16 best teams in the European side of things, maybe even in the world. Who is to say? Going head-to-head, the top 8, of course, make the postseason, but we got a long way to go before we get there. Of course, NHLgamer.com. All the info that you need. Loose puck recovered by Flyer Kungen. Jay Toro again. Had a really unsettled shot so far today, Sid. He's tried for that opposite side top corner quite a few times and just hasn't been able to hit the mark.
Yeah, but I like that he's continuing to shoot the puck. That's one of his strengths, and really needs to keep doing that here in this one. I don't care if they keep going wide, get those opportunities. They're going to continue to hit the net. You're going to find twine.
Then you're sounding like the chat telling people to shoot. It's great. That last game really brought out the stereotypical hockey fan as everyone in the chat's yelling shoot. Hockey's returning to normal, Sin. Nature's healing.
Yeah, Nate. Oh, you beat me to it. I was just going to say nature's healing. You had to get that one.
Dominoiti has it here. And a chance, and he scores! It happened before the 5th overtime. How do you like that? Dominoiti finds the back of the net for the first time this season off of another fortunate bounce, all things considered.
Yeah, and that came from, driving the net right there off the side. He was like looking maybe to, pull that puck back and hit that short side there. As we often, see goalies hesitant to sort of hug that post or go into the butterfly, preferring to be in that stand-up. And right there, goes off the side of the net, bounces right back to Dominoiti's stick, and he's able to find that short side. 1-0 here for Havu.
Can't blame Allsvenskan for either goal scored against him so far, both just off of really unfortunate bounces. That one off the side of the net. Right back in front. Let's see what Vesa Pompa can do. Still looking for their first goal. Hanselinho with the stop. Shot from Captain. Chance, one-timer with 7 seconds left. Don't know if that one found its way to the net. Dominoiti, 2 seconds to work with. Toe drag. Doesn't pull the trigger. Sim, we go to the end of the first. A 1-0 scoreline this time out, though. Havu picking up where they left things, picking things up from where they left off. A 1-0 lead.
Yeah, and you know what? Credit to them. They're continuing to do what they believe will work for them, and they are, like I mentioned a bit earlier, getting to those loose pucks a little bit quicker. They're seeming to wear down Vesa Pompa, be able to work their system a bit more. The puck, not so much getting the benefit of the doubt, going to those defensive sticks and, finding those defensive players. It's, Havu Gaming able to sort of hem them in a little bit longer and get more chances from it. We saw it, in the last one. They had incredible amounts of time on attack, perhaps not the shots that they would have wanted for that, but that one is pretty much a dominant first for them. 4:17 time on attack, 6 shots and a goal. Vesa Pompa only 1 shot with less than a minute time on attack right there. Gonna have to try to find a way to, get some more time or get some more shots, at least more chances on Havu. They did have some pretty good ones, but you mentioned it, Hanselino there to stop it when he was called upon, and it's 1-0 here for Havu at the end of the first.
The end of the one of many is, I think, what we're gonna go for here. Who's to say? Until a team gets a 2 to 3 goal lead, I'm not gonna feel safe in this game not going to overtime. At the end of the day, though, hey, we've seen crazier things happen as well. Again, Havu with a 1-0 lead here. The opening goal from Dominointi, the centerman, who you see dishing off to Puanzo. Still rocking the leading scorer bucket. Big chance there for Jay Toro in front. Havu throwing some different looks here, which is definitely what they need to do. Back down the other way. We'll go with the man with no name. Here's Hockey Johannes bringing it down low, tries to find him. Big hit there, no penalty. Looked like he might have clipped the numbers a little bit. Jay Toro, though. Now over the line for Nasu Stelia. See what Vesa Pompa can do. Dishes off. Zovi nowhere to go on that one. This one's going to go all the way back down the other side. No icing. Vesa Pompa in possession. Pass over to Ekin. Trouble at the line once more. Sin, I have a feeling we've read this particular story before.
Yeah, absolutely. Havu holding that blue line. What else is new? Seems to be one of their biggest strengths.
This one's ditched all the way down. Johannes will win the foot race. Icing call here. Big moment. I mean, one of the underrated stories of game number 1 was Zovi's ability to win the draws. So we'll see what happens here. And off the tie-up. Ekin can't get it off the sweep. Chance for Zovi again in front. Loose puck. Still there, and he scores! Brute force is the way to get it done, apparently, for Vesa Pompa. They have their first goal of the season, and it's his first goal in the Elite Division. Zovi finds the back of the net.
Yep, that was just one of those plays where the puck's just kind of sitting there, everyone fighting for it, bumping bodies, trying to get those sticks on it. And in that case, it was, well, first it looked like Nasu Stelia getting it, losing it, and then Zovi being the recipient of a nice little bounce right there, sneaking it home on that short side. Tie game. Everyone, be afraid. A tie game is upon us once again.
Oh, get your snacks now. We recommend some lovely Wilhelm snacks, of course. Who knows how long we might be here for this one. Although, as it stands right now, we're going to overtime, which means no flaming hot esophagus for yours truly. Let's see how this one plays out. A chance there and a big stop by Mr. Allsvenskan once more. Toro tries to hold it. Trouble there. Ekin back in possession. Again, Havu quickly taking that one away. Again, doing the same thing. Huge hit there by one Katenji. We're going to go with Katenji because it reminds me of Jumanji. The opportunity here now going down the other way for Vesa Pompa, perhaps. Cut him with the pass off. Hey, I could say cutting in, so that's perfect. That's fantastic. Chance here for Ekin. That shot doesn't go through. Taken away by Nasu Stelia at the last moment. 7 minutes to go here in the second period. Although, Sin, at this point, I've lost track. This is what, the 10th period of play between these two that we've commentated on?
A lot of periods. We'll go with that one. We'll just put a blanket statement on it. But we've seen some quite big hits. We saw one highlighted right there in the replays. A lot of big hits from both of these sides. Guys cutting across the middle right there. And rough pass right there. Looks like Puanzo got caught in that ever so fun animation of dragging your foot across the line and not reaching out for the puck.
Space here. Just not able to weave his way through. keep an eye on as well. Dominointi was hurt on that hit. One-timer blocked down by Pawanso. Chance there. Aki Johannes able to recover the puck. Zobi down low, the goal scorer. Tries the short side. Nearly got it. Off of the back skate. 4.5 to go here in the second. A tie game. This one's offside with 4:24 to go.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing that neutral zone battle really take place between these two teams. I mean, we expect it from Havu, but again, Vesa Pompa defending perhaps better than anyone really expected. That being said, they're going to have to find some ways to generate more offense. I know this is Havu, one of the best defensive teams with those layers, but you got to find a way. That's what good teams do here in the Elite. They find a way no matter what.
And here down the other way, Hockey Johannes stepping into the play, loses it to Nasistelia. I mean, Sid, there's really no great option. You go to the right, or I guess to their left, it's Nasistelia. You play the other side, it's Jay Toro, last year's Defenseman of the Year. There's no great answer here for Vesa Pompa to get zone entries. Maybe just try to shoot it from the blue line a la Steve Eisen.
Why not? You know, you never know if we'll go in.
We hit the final minute here of the second period. Opening goal in the first for Havu. Tying goal for Vesa Pompa here in the second. We'll see how it plays out now. 41 seconds to go. Can there be a difference-making goal here? Sestelia has it. Pass off the mark. Or another pass off the mark, for that matter. Double it up. Dominointi over the line. Looking. Chance. Shot through traffic. Loose puck. And it goes out to the other side.
Yeah. Not too sure if Nasistelia would have wanted to take the one-timer there, but might have been a better option. He may have been attempting that. Sometimes you just don't hit that quick enough or hit your stick hard enough, it seems, where you're trying to do one thing, it doesn't quite pan out. The joys of video games, of course, not always doing what you exactly want them to. It happens. That's just how things go. But, I mean, another, pretty solid period defensively from both of these teams. Vesa Pompa doing their thing, blocking plenty of shots. Both these teams have a goal early, but since that point, we're still not seeing this game really open up, and it seems like neither of these two teams may be extremely comfortable with it opening up, turning it into, a gunslinging, back and forth matchup there. We're seeing a similar story to last game. Havu with the lead in time on attack. Havu with the lead, in those shots taken, getting the better of the passing percentages as well. No penalties taken in this one. I believe we saw one for each side in the last game. I can't remember. I, really lost track as those overtimes went on, and they started getting more and more careful with their sticks while at the same time still defending well. That's just a credit to how good these players are. I mean, when you're defending that well, using those defensive skill sticks and not taking penalties, when we see it all the time, how good people are at protecting that puck with the L skating, everything like that, just, holding that puck on a certain side. It's, credit. These are two very, very good defensive teams right here, and struggling to kind of find the back of the net consistently.
That's what they paid me for, JM. That's what they pay me for. As this puck out of play here in the early stages of this third period. We'll see who can find the difference maker and how long it takes them to find it. Opportunity off the draw. There it is. Commentators' curse prevails. Pawanso finds the back of the net, and for the second time in 3 goals, it's Havu finding it off the draw.
Yeah, what a play right there. Set play with the aggressive face-off set. You often don't see that, but, why not go for that in a time like that? And it worked perfectly. The quick pass over. What that does is it doesn't quite allow the player to get in position to either pick that off or get in the face of that shooter when you're in the, normal stance. A bit further back, a bit more time, for the adjustment to be made. And, no such luck right there. Havu bearing it off the set play. 2-1 here. Vesa Pompa going to have to scramble now to get that equalizer.
A very high efficiency face-off play there. Chance again. Second opportunity for Dominointi to take a swing at it just off the mark. So Havu up 2-1. Jay Toro might have clipped the bar there, Sin. I think I heard that little ping.
Yep, absolutely. Unreal the amount of posts we've seen between these two teams, especially if you're Havu. They've hit about 4 or 5 by this point in this 2-game set.
Kotun not able to find any space. Whether it's Kotun, whether it's Kotun, who's to say? Didn't quite cut his way into the... we march on. Pawanso, burst of speed, can't get the pass over, and it was dragged away by the defender. Sidney Crosby, eat your heart out on that one. Opportunity down the other way, perhaps. Ekin nowhere to go. Johannes throws one on from an odd angle, as Ekin's pass doesn't go through. Here's Dominointi, has a goal in this game. Back for Puanza. Dominointi again. Working it around, looking, couldn't throw that shot on. Let's see what they can do down the other way here. Sobi tried to feed it back across, just wasn't there. Gotchin has it again. Trying to force the issue here. Over 12 minutes remaining now here in regulation. 5 overtimes in the previous game. Will we see such a marvel in this one? Gotchin holds it. It's Hockey Johannes now looking. Finds Ekin on the far side, back to the defender. Just nowhere to go, Sid. Absolutely nowhere to go.
Yeah, and it seems they're kind of overthinking it at this point. Cotton had a bit of space right there to sort of skate, but opted to send it to the middle where the majority of the Havu skaters were, and just, yeah, at that point when you're having so many struggles, oftentimes you can start to overthink what you're doing and not quite working out. As right there, you know, sometimes it's just better to take that split second to look at the situation, and instead of trying to get that puck off your stick, take the space that's given to you.
Opportunity down the other way, and Cotton just wide of the post. Chance again. Ekin scores on the second attempt. The captain sweeps it home. Are you ready, everybody? We're tied at 2 in the final 10 minutes of regulation. My esophagus with a sigh of relief.
Yeah, what I mean, what a play right there. That's just something you see so often in the pass from the corner to the guy cutting out front, looking for, you know, that far side shot. Didn't get the elevation or perhaps the angle he wanted on that first one, but stuck with it, had that body position on the defender, swept that second one home. We're not seeing the exclusively bouncing puck anymore in that slot. Players able to get control of it and able to get those second chances home. We are tied once again as an errant pass goes all the way back into the Havu zone. They'll have to reset with Jay Toro leading that breakout.
See what he can do. Dishes off to Puanzo. Just over 6 minutes to go. 4 goals compared to just the 1 scored in the last game. Johannes has it. Finds Cotton again. Pass off the mark. No icing on the play. 5 minutes remaining now in regulation. Is timed at the blue line for Havu. And pretty much nowhere to go, but they finally find some space with Jay Toro. Self-sauce didn't work. Now Sestelia. Puanzo can't get that shot off. It's Ed Holman here in possession. Got in again. Great move by Johannes to work his way into the zone. Ekin has it. Gotta wonder what would happen if he took that shot with a little bit of space. But at the end of the day, he doesn't. We're down to the final 2 minutes now of regulation. Knocked loose. Ekin has it here. Just scored the tying goal. Big move from Zobi. He has the other goal. Ekin one more time. The hockey Johannes at Holman. Working it around. Down low. Has it back once more. Ekin looking for space. Banks it off the back of the net. Zobi can't do anything. Johannes turns it over. All that possession. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing coming from it, though. You have to ask, what's the point? Dominointi. Sestelia back again. Jay Toro can't get that pass through. Final 30 seconds of regulation here. Dominointi, bully. Back into the neutral zone. Has it here, though. Loses it. Zobi looking to work his way through. Can't find Cutting on the pass. And Ekin's offside.
Yeah, rough bounce right there. Was a good look right there. 2 guys streaking in. Not quite, an odd man, but close enough to a 3-on-2 where the passing lanes were there. Unfortunately, hits a skate right there. We're down to about 15 seconds left in this third period.
12 seconds to go here. One more rush for Havu. Let's see what they can do. Knocked loose. Chance here. Knocked all the way back. Overtime again. My esophagus and stomach are safe. Wilhelm, I'll try some of your other delicious snacks, just not the one that's going to cause me potentially crippling pain. Although, hey, if you're into that type of thing like Sin is, again, Wilhelm's the place. This overtime brought to you by Wilhelm and my overjoyed reaction. Not having to eat their lovely new product. It's in overtime again, because 5 isn't enough.
No, apparently not, and we're going to have another one here. Fortunately, a bit of a light at the end of the tunnel as both of these teams seem to have been able to score a couple times, and that's at least good for them. I mean, looking forward, they're going to have to find more ways to do it, but the puck bounces are seeming to go a bit more in favor of offense here than it was doing for the defense, and reflected here in the stats, 7:25 time on attack, 11 shots for Havu, Vesa Pompa with quite a bit less. And, that just seems to be what was the case throughout this entire series. Havu getting the better of the chances, Havu getting the more time on attack. We saw Vesa Pompa there with a lot of time on attack towards the end of that third. But again, you mentioned it, Tugi. They did nothing with it. They didn't get a shot. They didn't really generate anything. It was probably some of their best looks. But again, I think it was honestly the longest they kept that puck in the zone, but they weren't able to generate anything from it. Again, I think we're seeing two teams with systems, especially when it comes to Havu, with what has been such a strong system for them historically. I think other teams have just caught on. Vesa Pompa, they're looking like a team who has watched hours of film on these guys and really know what's coming. Well, how else can you explain all those block shots?
Well, as Rage Against the Machine once told me, F the system. Do what you have to do, score a goal here. Let's not go to a 5th overtime, or the Färjestad boys in chat might just revolt. The opportunity here for Puanzo off the turnover. Has a bit of space. Dishes back to J. Toro, and again back down low. On the back here, Färjestad can't hold it. Dominoiti to the point. Nasu loses it. Good poke check there by Cotton. Let's see what he can do. And a chance! Oh my goodness! A swipe pass. Nearly finding Zoe for a potentially game-winning goal situation. Sin's mouth is still just jaw on the floor situation here. Wow. Chance here. Dominoiti tried to tuck that one home. Great chances from both sides of the ice. This one, though, will certainly go down for icing with 14:22 to go.
That's an on-purpose play. That chop over there towards just the body of his teammate. You don't do that unless you kind of know what might happen there. They tried that set play again. That's such a tough play to stop, especially for the goaltender. Hard to start your slide with that quick of a pass happening. So they go for it again, hoping for a quicker end to this overtime, but not the case so far as they sustain pressure here.
Movement for Havu. J. Toro with options. Puanzo. Färjestad can't get the shot off. Toro lucky to not get a trip there in that situation even now. Gotchin, let's see what he can do. The answer's not much. Hanselinho had it lost in his skates. Delayed call here against Vesa Pompa. Havu, if they need it, will go to the power play. Puanzo holds. See what they can do. Puanzo, extra attackers out there. Hanselinho, maybe the most dangerous attacker of any goaltender. Has it here. Puanzo looking. J. Toro now. Back to Nasu. Shot on deflection. Bid for Dominoiti. Mr. Allsvensson says no. The call goes against the center. It's Zovi. Huge chance here, perhaps, for Dominoiti to end this one. But he loses the draw again. Maybe not always an advantage. Chance there. Pass to Dominoiti didn't go. That one deflects off the back of Cutton there and gets out of the zone. Let's see what Havu can do. Right back in on the attack now. J. Toro in the circle. Nobody on the receiving end of it. Johannes can't clear. Trouble here. Flyer Kungen. Great poke check by Ed Holman there to knock it away. An absolutely fantastic performance over these games for Ed in this one. Look out for him to get some maybe nods if he plays like that all season for one of the top defensemen in the league. That one's offside. 8:08 to go. 25 seconds remaining. The man advantage.
Yeah, and Havu, while they did have a better job of re-entering right there, not so much on that one. The offside forced by Vesa Pompa. They win that face-off, should get the clear, which would just about do it. That being said, awkward bounce off the player than the boards, but they do send that puck all the way down. That'll do it for the Havu power plays. We go back to 5-on-5.
See what they can do now over the line. The answer's not much. Vesa Pompa back in possession. They have managed to tie this game twice. Can they win it? Gotchin looking at his options. Able to find the pass there with Zobi. Still forcing. Great poke check there by Ekin, the captain, trying to generate something, but can't get that pass through the traffic. Zobi still has it down low. Cut in the wraparound, and Hansalino is all over that one.
Yeah, not fooled whatsoever. Almost even looking like he overplayed it, how far he kind of came out there to smother that one, but good save nonetheless. We'll see if Vesa Pompa can win a faceoff, sustain some pressure.
Loose puck. Really got a hold of that one. Recovered again here by Ekin. Has options. Good patience. Ed looking at his chances, and Holman sends it back down low. Got to nowhere to go with Jay Toro around. Burst of speed from Jay Toro. Can't work his way past Ed Holman. Loose puck. Johannes keeps it in. Turns it over, though. 2.5 to go. Every fiber of my being hates this. In the first overtime. Who knows of how many. Again, if you missed it, the first game, 1-0, 5th overtime was when this one was decided. These two teams not making themselves friends with some of the competition that's still yet to play. Flyer Kunga denied on the short side. Deflection bid. Kunga again denied. Mr. Allsvenskan stands tall. Incredible to rob the Havu captain.
Yep, getting some bounces there, some L1s from his defender, Haki Johannes right there. He's just been on point. Mr. Allsvenskan not looking out of place whatsoever here, as that was an interesting move there by Ed Holman. Perhaps a bit of a misclick right there in the old controller.
Space, Ekin breakaway! It's knocked loose, second chance, stopped by Hansalino. Oh, wow. My goodness. Icing on the play against Havu.
What a defensive play. What a defensive play. I believe that was Jay Toro reaching his stick in there to deflect it loose. That was a tremendous chance right there, cutting across the net. Really hard to stop those as a goaltender, but your defenseman came up big.
Cutton shot off the mark. Dominointi fighting for it. Cutton still fighting for it in the errant poke from Johannes. Final minute of play in OT number 1. Ekin tries to get over the line. Palazzo says no. Palazzo has it once more here along the half wall. Trouble with Ekin. Good double team pressure there, though, by Flyer Kungan. Havu back in control. Jay Toro's shot blocked out. Johannes D-to-D pass there. Cutting on the off wing. Ekin back to him. Zobi to Ekin. Great block. Loose puck still there. Taken away by Nasistelia. Final 30 seconds of this first overtime. Puck knocked loose here. Still fighting for it. Cutton has it. Finds Zobi, the centerman. He leads it up ice. Loose puck. Poked away. Johannes. Back to Cutton. Looking. Circle. Desperate for an option. Kicks it into the slot. Nobody home. 3 seconds. Chance for Flyer Kungan. Blocked down. Double overtime. I think that's what you ordered, sir. Here we are. We keep going.
I mean, what even is this? These two teams heading to overtime once again. Some goals, though. A couple goals for each side. Just, unable for one of them to hold a lead, sustain a lead, take that lead back as the defense really on display. The goaltending on point. And we're going to continue on here. A double overtime. That will make, what, is that 5 total overtimes here from these two teams? Or is 4 total?
Goodness. Well, it was 4.5 because the first one ended in midway point of the 5th overtime. And we're going to double overtime here. So we're at 6.5 overtimes between these two teams in less than 2 full games. Huh.
Wow.
Greece just said we're on strike if we have to call another game. Are they scheduled for another game this year? God forbid they meet in the playoffs. Well, it'll be a week-long matchup.
Yeah. Woo. We're gonna have to be subbing guys out, put up some tents, have shifts of casters going on the way these two teams play. Neither one of them giving an inch. The defensive scheme's working well, not enough offense to be found, but here comes Havu.
Chance on the doorstep. Allsvenskan is there. It's fine, though. I'm sure I can get the captain of each team to send along a quick video apologizing to my girlfriend for any plans we had this summer of anything like, oh, yeah, we're going to go here. We're going to, vaccinated. Hey, let's go places. Chance here. Cotton. Lot of space. Breakaway. Poked away. It's in! Vesa Pompa win it in double overtime. Out of nowhere. And mercifully, it's over. We have a hero. And Sin, for the second time in as many days, Havu failed to pick up the double. What a play there, knocked in by Hanselino's own defender.
I'm not too sure who's getting credit for that, if it was Cotton or what, but what a bizarre play. Once again, the game winner is off. An incredibly weird play. Well played by Hanselino, going for the flying poke, but after that, it's bodies and apparently the puck finding the back of the net. I saw 2 white jerseys in the goal right there. I'm hoping we can get a look at that. It looks like we will be able to take a look, because that was bizarre. Great job from Cotton to get the space. Tries to pull it to the forehand. Incredible poke. Off one skate. That's Nasustelia. Off flyer. Kungen's skate. And it almost looks like Nasustelia going down to sort of try to block the puck from finding the back of the net. But, I mean, ping pong puck, why not? That's how the last game ended. Yeah,
I heard Tuca was good at FIFA too, so he played for so long he lost his mind. He confused what game he was playing. It's fine.
Wow. Just what a bizarre set from these two teams, and what a bizarre end in both of these two games, but quite fitting, I guess. At least we're staying consistent here with the amount of weirdness we've seen from these two teams, but perhaps mercifully so, this game is over. Mercifully so, this series is over. I'm sure both of these teams are just relieved it's over. 3 points apiece for both of them. So I guess kind of best case scenario if you're Vesa Pompa with the split. Absolutely. I mean, you each got 3 points, but Vesa Pompa especially getting 3 points against a team like Havu, really, really strong. Your defensive effort, incredibly strong. And you know what? You found a way to win. And that's huge against this Havu team.
Absolutely. So Sim, with that, we get a look at the replays. There is absolutely nothing more that Sin and I can say about this series. For Havu, 2 wins in your first 4 games, very surprising. We'll see if that's a continued developing story. For Vesa Pompa, 3 points out of your first 2 games against former champions in Havu. That is phenomenal. We'll see what happens with Havu. For Vesa Pompa, that was a fantastic performance, especially defensively, especially in goal. I think you guys answered a lot of questions today. I'm going to go take a nap. We will be back in a few moments. Can you believe it? We still have 2 more games. For the love of God, boys, don't go to overtime. It's Färjestad and the ZSC Lions making their elite debut. We'll be back in a few moments.
Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.
Guess who's back? Back again. Sin is back with his friend. Guess who's back? Hello, everybody. I am extremely exhausted. Joined by my broadcast partner, Sin for the win. Sin, we are back in the aftermath of one of the most ungodly regular season broadcasts we've ever had and matchups. But we continue onwards. We do. It is Färjestad taking on the Swiss powerhouse in the ZSC Lions, who finally make their jump to the elite division. We are going to try to speed run this process as much as we can to get into the games. Before that, though, we'll look at the most recent results, of course, around the league. If you were with us in this broadcast, you know what happened between Havu and Vesa Pompa, but as well, Poggers taking both games over Northern Ascendancy, including a 7-1 win, which is gigantic. Tunnel Vision did great in their first game against Philadelphia. It was only a 1-0 loss, but then Phila figured it out. And the defending champs are 2-0 on the season. So we'll look at the updated standings here for you at this stage. Again, just our 3rd match day here in ECL 12. But it's currently H-Reds up on top there with that perfect record. Of course, Poggers now at 3-1, the former SJ/SJ Gaming, doing quite well this season as well. But again, we have a long way to go. With that said, let's get you a look at the lineups here for this particular matchup. And we'll start things off by looking at the Färjestad lineup as Sin. It is, again, the same squad with the exception of one addition, of course, on the left. It is Afe. Going to be very intrigued to see if he is using that sniper build that netted him 31 goals last season. The captain Malin in the middle, and of course Antonio on the right. It was a pretty dynamic front three last year, but on defense, of course, you have Furion, the all-time leading scorer in NHL gamer history among defensemen, and of course Laminens, the new addition, joining former teammate Antonio, coming over from Vesa Pompa. I am so tired, no offense, of saying Vesa Pompa today. And of course, in goal, it is McSavid, arguably the goalie of the year last year, led the league in save percentage. There you see it with that 83.1. For the ZSC Lions, though, again, a almost all rookie team at this stage. It is somewhat late addition on the left-hand side. We have the debuting Timothée on that left-hand side. 3 seasons worth of pro experience. He is an elite rookie, centered by the captain, one original Snooze, who has been in the ECL since season 4, but now in season 12 is making the jump up to the elite division. And Freeman on that right-hand side, also been around for a long time, been around since season 6. He is an elite rookie at this stage as well. Although, we do have word, Timothée might not be in the lineup. It looks like it might be Ali, who was listed as a depth forward for this season. Off of his debut season in pro last year, he might be up to elite. So we'll see what happens there on the left-hand side. Defensively, you have, presumably, and he'll correct us if we're wrong, it is Tony, who is also an elite rookie this season. Played 1 season on the pro squad last year with them. And on the right-hand side, it is the one man with elite experience. Haldim is back. A season 1 original, hasn't been seen in elite since season 8. He's also 5th all-time in points under the NHL Gamer umbrella for defensemen. And in goal, it's the name that can drive you crazy if you don't know how to say it, but we checked with them. It's Chich in goal, which is one of my new favorite names to say. He has been in pro since season 8 with this team since season 9. He is also an elite rookie, and indeed we can confirm it'll be Ali on that left-hand side rather than Timothée. He is currently essentially finalizing the transfer before he'll be allowed to be in. So Sin, with that, we are just about ready to go, hopefully, for the next 2 games here. And again, big moment here for the ZSC Lions as a Swiss club making it to this elite division. I'm excited to see how this plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. And they were such a hype machine over the course of, their run in the pro division. You saw them all over social media. If you tuned into their Twitch chat, you saw them with their own caster there, great production coming out for them. We love to see that. We love to see the personalities coming out from the players. We love to see the hype behind the teams. It just goes to show how quickly NHL Esports continues to grow and, brands themselves popping up. It's really been a pleasure to see. And they're going to have, a tough task ahead of them in Färjestad, who we've talked about. They keep adding these different elements to their game, and they're such a dynamic team to play versus. And it could really be a good test for ZSC here, and how quick we see Färjestad like to get in on those attacks. The rush plays are there, those Hail Mary plays, and now with maybe the chemistry coming back together between Antonio and Laminens playing on that right hand side together, no longer defensive partners, but on that same side of the ice. The connection on those breakouts could in fact be a huge boon for them in this series, but we're gonna have to see how it all shakes out when that puck drops here in the first game of 2 between ZSC Esports and Färjestad BK.
And you would have seen it as well with those player types. Despite it being in German, a lot of puck-moving defensemen. I learned today that Afe is a Scharfschützen, also known as a sniper, which I am going to say that from now on exclusively for everybody. We are ready to go. The ZSC Lions, after years of build-up and anticipation, have found themselves in the elite division. We'll see how it plays out as they take on Färjestad, again, at this stage, a perennial playoff team. See indeed how it plays out at this stage. Färjestad in on the attack, but not for long. Lions look to bring it back down the other way. Chance there on the one-timer, nearly caught McSavid out of position. It's Tony trying to drive that one top shelf. Looking like Jay Toro out there. Let's see what happens here. Snooze over the line, can't find Freeman. Ali is in and nearly had a chance. Goes for the wraparound bit as well. Again, in the lineup for the moment. At least until the other acquisition finds its way through the transfer system. As Färjestad forced to cut back here. See what Furion can do. Has some space to work with here. Maybe a bit too much, but nobody to pass to. Nobody down low in that corner. It is Afe's right-hand side of your screen at the very least. As Färjestad back in possession. Of course, as you see in that top left-hand corner again. This broadcast brought to you by our lovely sponsors as well, and we thank them for that. Laminen's pass over doesn't go. Big one-time shot for Furion. This one will be on net. McSavid plays it out. Let's see. Neither team really able to gain that offensive foothold yet in terms of time on attack. FBK back in possession here, but in the neutral zone. Quick puck movement here as well. Let's see what they can do. Afe running into trouble. Huge hit there actually by Afe. That was Antonio. That was on his off wing. Don't expect Afe, one of the smaller builds on the ice, to be able to lay a hit like that, but we've seen it before, Sin.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen it before. He just knows the limitations and how to use his build. Excellent speed.
Kick save by Chich. Danger there still. Able to survive the moment for now. Both goalies with an interesting close call. Good keeping. That one directed behind the goal line here. And ZSC back in possession once more. Good quick movement. Ali has it now. Play it for Snooze, but Furion all over that. Again, he has seen it all as the left defenseman for Färjestad. Turned over, chance here, and a big stop by Chich, robbing Afe. Over a goal per game pace last year. Very dangerous player. Here's Freeman going back down the other side, but Furion again able to take that away. That's that elite experience paying off for him there. Mullen has it now. Furion again looking for Afe, just off the mark. It's incredible how this FBK lineup has evolved over the past few seasons. Antonio plays it over. Furion in possession again. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first period. Again, the first game of two between these teams. And that one's going to be offside before 11 to go.
Yeah, and you see how much of a threat that Afe is and how much he likes to be utilized on that offensive side, you know, cutting into those positions. He's so good at finding, you know, just the little tiniest bits of space. But credit to ZSC so far, who have really been able to do a good job of at least trying to slow him down a bit and get in his face, not allowing him to get those clean looks all the time. That being said, he did get one, but well played by Chich to stay with him as he tried to cut across the net to that forehand.
Mullen has it here, pass through. Antonio nor Afe able to get a piece of that one. Antonio has it again, bumped off the puck by Freeman. Bigger body player out there. Chance here again for Afe. Space, Mullen the big chance and a big stop by Chich. Final minute of play here in the first. Just not able to hold on to that one. Furion has it again. FBK getting the better of the play. Can they get the opening goal? Freeman! Found his way behind the defense, over to Snooze, stopped by McSavid. Unbelievable save with 5.8 to go.
Wow.
Freeman allowed to essentially cherry pick there.
Yeah, very surprising. Look, we see that aggressive face-off coming up. McSavid's going to have to try to move over as quick as possible.
Denied. Tony not able to get his first goal. And I believe an empty net here. With 2.7 to go. Indeed. Hey, credit to the new boys in the ZSC Lions. They're going to go for it here. I like the approach. They win the draw. Chance shot, and he's denied. Chich, the goaltender, nearly had the first goal for the Lions in Elite.
And how perfect would that have been? I mean, that would have been amazing. But yeah, ZSC kind of able to find some gaps here in Färjestad. They're able to sneak Freeman there, which we were completely surprised. That's something that Färjestad is able to get away with. That's something we see them do all the time. Having someone get behind that defense, Freeman almost undetected back there. So much space. Unfortunately, the pass got to him in a location maybe a bit too close to the blue line. He had to slow down, wasn't able to have the amount of speed he needed to make it work, but they were able to get a chance on it. The pass over to Original Snooze tried to beat McSavid, who made a terrific save and was called upon again there at the end off that one-timer off the first face-off aggressive stance, and the second one with the goalie pulled. The one-timer, he really had to, kind of try to move over and predict where that shot was coming from. We're getting a look at it right now. Just able to start moving over, get in position off the pad there. But 0-0 at the end of one here. Pretty even in shots as well. And, both goaltenders called upon to make some saves, making those saves. And we haven't seen this game open up quite a bit yet, but you got to think it may benefit Färjestad a little bit more if it does open up into a rush-style play.
There we go. Second period, puck drop. Let's see how this one plays out. And it was mentioned, I believe, by Havu in chat that rookie teams have struggled to get goals in the first game! And a mistake by Färjestad. Find a goal through a lucky bounce, perhaps. It's Afe with his first of the year. Can't wait to get a look at this one, Sin. 43 seconds in the period, too.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be lucky to be good, good to be lucky, and that seems to be the case of Afe right there. As, it's the pass over. It looks maybe an own goal happening, as it looked like it might have hit off a stick.
It hit off the stick of the goaltender and stopped.
Yeah, and then almost looked like a pickup animation that knocked it in as he was down in that spread eagle there. Nonetheless, it's Färjestad, the recipients of a bit of fortune right there from the hockey gods, and they're up 1-0.
So again, as mentioned, chance there and a big stop. Freeman scores! The first goal for the Lions and Elites. Freeman finds it and breaks the trend. No shutout here for a new team in Elites.
Yeah, and a terrific job from them, sticking with it, finding those bounces. And again, maybe a fortunate bounce this time going to ZSC and Freeman. Right place, right time. McDavid tries to slide over, but just can't squeeze off the post quick enough. And Freeman sneaks that one home on that blocker side. Almost looked like McDavid may have gotten a piece of it, but with the way he was moving over and the animation he got, it would have probably been in anyway had he got more of it. And it's tie game here.
Lucky bounces on both sides here, Sin. It all comes out in the wash for the most part. Let's see what FBK can do in response. Good movement, scores! What a pace! Lehmanens has his first goal as a member of FBK in his debut game.
Yeah, excellent job. I mean, throwing that puck on the net, why not? Looks like it hits either a body or a stick. We'll get a better look right here. The pass back must have hit a body, a leg or something like that. Sneaks in on that blocker side, and I think the last 3 shots have all gone in. I mean, you could maybe argue that first one couldn't necessarily be considered a shot, but what a pace, as you said right here. The goalie getting fooled by that change of direction, and swimming to his first goal is Lehmanens in the FBK jersey, taking that lead back here early on in the second. We've only played 2 minutes.
An incredible pace. Let's see if it continues. FBK grabs the lead, loses it, gets it right back. Gives Afe on the off wing. Too much traffic there to weave his way through. Pass nearly off the mark. Ali finds Freeman, the goal scorer for the Lions. Afe nearly walked away with that one. It's offside here.
Yeah, dangerous pinch. Yeah, a bit of a dangerous pitch, and not necessarily the wrong move from Haldin, but when you have Afe there, who just seems to be able to kind of knock that puck in his favor more often than not, it is always a dangerous situation with him bearing down on you. Nothing bad came of it that time, as they almost got the puck back in their end.
Here's Freeman again, the goal scored. Good puck protection, one-timer and a kick stop there by McDavid. Tony's gotten a couple of good looks there, the left defenseman for ZSC. Haldin again in possession. The lone member of this ZSC squad with elite experience. He's been in the ECL since the very beginning. Has it once more. Takes a huge hit, though, from Mullen. Afe in space. Flying poke check. Puck is loose. And ZSC survived for the moment. FBK still in possession. Furion shot on there by Antonio. And Chich is able to come up with the save.
I'm actually wondering if that was indeed a shot, or perhaps trying to find Afe there on the back door, as this team so often tries to do. Nothing came of it right there, but they do have the offense's own face-off, unable to retain the possession. We'll see if they can on the forecheck. Good job from ZSC to weather the storm there.
Puck Loose here. Freeman able to at least drop it back to the defense. Haldane pitches over. That pass off the mark again. Having trouble reading the passing lanes in this period so far. As Tony recovers. Poked away. Great pressure here from Färjestad. Chance for Antonio, knocked loose. Great job by Haldane. Mullen posting up in front. Antonio can't get it to him, though. Ali able to find Freeman. Big burst of speed for the winger. Throws it in front. Seuss not able to get that. Lehman's read that play perfectly. And here comes FBK back down the other way. Shot on. Rebound was there for Afe, but he couldn't knock it out of the air. The Lions looking to go back down the other way here quickly, but held up at the blue line. So.
Yeah, excellent job from FBK to get back in position and hold that line. Nowhere to go as they turn it over, and Afe a chance on the wing.
Runs into traffic there. Has it again. Poked away at the last moment by Haldane to the point. It's Lehman. Has a goal in this one. Let's see what he can do. Chance here. Shot up. Scores! Off the blocker and in. Antonio Manin has the goal to make it a 2-goal lead for FBK.
Yep, what a play by him right there. I mean, just absolutely the right move. Just put that puck on net. The pass across the slot, it wasn't quite clear, and he just makes the decision to shoot, hoping to catch that goalie, perhaps not perfectly on his angle. Chich gets a piece of it, a big piece of it on that blocker side, but not quite enough as it finds the back of the net. Färjestad extend their lead to a 2-goal lead here. 7 minutes left in the second.
Shout out to Henke in chat. He's a real one. He knows. We march on here with this one. Let's see what ZSC can do in response. Now down by 2, and a big shot is denied. Freeman off of a great play. McSaven stands tall. And here we go. Mullen trying to hold that one. Too much traffic. I mean, Sin, the thing is, all 4 goals in this one, pretty much you could say bad luck for the goaltenders. I don't view the 3 goals against Chich at this stage as anything he needs to be concerned about.
No, absolutely not, but the team as a whole now needs to be concerned as once again FBK in on the attack, looking vicious as one goes off the post.
See what Haldane can do here. Has trouble. Traffic to deal with. Tony's pinching up. Loses it at the line. Chance for Ali. Freeman has it. Circles through. Throws one on from McSaven. Second chance for Freeman. Another chance for Ali. Freeman has it once more. Goes short side and misses. Love the willingness to throw pucks on net. It's very refreshing after the last series that we had. Failure to clear here. Ali to Freeman. Blocked down in front. Freeman again. He is all over the place. What a performance as Ali's shot knocked down. Here's Afe. Off the break. All alone. Off the pipe. What a shot. Chance again in front. Incredible pace here down the backstretch of this second period. A mistimed pinch gave Afe all the space. 3 seconds. That one wired on. Snuss settles it down. And we go to the third. 3-1. What a second period of play, Sin. My lord.
Yeah, you said it though, partner. I mean, that was a mistimed pinch. I kind of touched on that earlier. Haldane, not necessarily the wrong play he made earlier, but if he tries it again, it could come back to bite him, and it did in that situation. Afe got the step, got the puck, and was in all alone. We saw Chich go down into the spread eagle. Not something that we see too often in Euro play. We see it plenty here in North America on those breakaways, you know, the spread eagle or the flying pokes. Oftentimes, you know, the move of choice for goaltenders, and it seems like he is comfortable doing that, as we see it right there. What happened on that, you know, weird bouncing puck first goal, but I'm not too sure. I didn't hear the noise off the post. I did see his blocker shoot up. You could be right if it hit off the post. He may have had a piece of it on the blocker side, but I loved the delay from Afe. He knew the amount of time he had. He delayed just slightly, see if he can make the goalie make a move to sneak it in. Was not able to, you know, capitalize on it. But yeah, again, I'm going to say it one more time. Haldane has to be careful with when he chooses a pinch, especially against Afe. You might get away with that against most other wingers, but when it's Afe out there, he is always a threat. Sometimes you're just better off to just, you know, back up, make sure you contain him. You're not going to be able to silence Afe, but you can do your best to contain him, and didn't happen right there. But fortunately for ZSA, they don't pay for it. Still only down 2 goals. It's obtainable for them to get back into this one, and we saw chances. Freeman, an absolute monster on the forecheck, getting to those loose pucks, keeping it alive. We'll see if ZSC is able to turn some of that tenacity into offense.
Speaking of turns, there's a turnover to Afe right off the draw. Chance for Antonio in front. He scores. Mullen joins in on the fun. All 3 forwards have a goal. for FBK. It's 4-1 in Sin. That is another quick hit to start a period.
Yeah, once again, I mean, no hesitation off the opening draw. FBK gets it in the zone. Maybe another bit of a good turnover forced by them. And now it's just Färjestad who needs a goal in this one. We'll see if we're going to see some of those D-to-D passes coming out from FBK. But I'm sure, their season debut, they're going to want to get that win before, trying to get the individual stats for anyone here. But they got to be feeling good after that one. 4 goals here. Still enough time in that third. But again, that's enough time for ZSC to sort of come back. They're going to have to defend just as well as they play offense here, our FBK.
Offense looks good, but indeed the defense right now kind of victims of unfortunate bounces. Huge hit there by Snus. Turnover. Färjestad not able to get that shot through. The only skater not find the back of the net in this one so far. It's a left defenseman for FBK. Here comes Antonio. The option in front to Afe. Great job there by Tony to read that one and take it away. Freeman not on the receiving end of that pass. It's Färjestad again for FBK. Couple of quick dishes. Afe has it here in space in front for Antonio. What a great look. That one not finding the back of the net, though. See what ZSC can do there. Afe all over the place. It's always a joy to watch him play. Great to see him again. Same player, clearly. As this one's picked up by Tony in front. Snus couldn't fire that one home on the backhand. FBK's back in possession here. Tony O'Manon drops it low. Färjestad has it again. Finds the captain, Mala. Again, just dishes in front, looking to find Afe, but the defense read that one all the way. Freeman now for ZSC. Tony can't hold it. Loose puck all the way behind the goal line here. Färjestad, great patience. Here come FBK once more. 7 minutes gone now here in the third period. The big spin. Färjestad back to Antonio. Another spin. He loves it. The shot off the great feed. We know Antonio loves that spin move, Sin, maybe more than anyone else in the Elite Division.
Yeah, definitely one of the ones who likes to utilize it more, and perhaps no one better as you see that pass get to Mullen in that slot. Didn't get enough of it.
Ooh, big stop there by Chich. Remember that one. If the Lions force their way back. Incredible stop there off the faceoff. Faceoff plays ruling the day so far. As Freeman gains the line. Trouble there. Snus able to recover. Feeds over to Tony in a big blocker. Stopped by McSavid. He got beat once. He stood tall aside from that. Again, highest save percentage in the Elite Division last year. So again, the Lions back in control here. Halfway through the third. Haldane brings it in. Runs straight into a wall. Let's see what FBK can do going back down the other way. Färjestad has it. Takes the hit from Snus. He's back in control. Finds Freeman, the lone goal scorer for ZSC. First goal for this club in the Elite Division. It's newly promoted off of a relegation series last year, beating the, I believe, now defunct Gotham Knights, at least in terms of that iteration of the club, in a 5-game, or in 5 games in the best of 7. Here's Haldane. Down low to Freeman once more. Nowhere to go in front. Miscommunication. It's on the goal line. And McSavid's able to cover.
Yeah, a bit of a dangerous play as the defenseman grabbed it, maybe looking to skate it out, and it just got caught in the goaltender's feet. But McSavid, cool, calm, collected, as he so often is in that crease, able to get the cover.
FBK in possession here off the draw. 5.5 to go in game 1 of 2, the home-and-home series between these two clubs. Match day number 3 here in ECL 12. Of course, the Elite Division action. Friendly reminder, of course, we'll have more information for you, presumably at the end of this broadcast, but our Finnish partners will be back as well tomorrow. Same starting time as today, of course. Big stretch pass. Afe on the breakaway. Poked away at the last moment. Chance again in front. He just couldn't find a way to get it. That was Lehman's pinching up. Here's Snus, the spin. Shot by Freeman tonight. Second chance by Freeman. Does not go. McSavid living up to the name. What a chance for both teams.
Yeah, and Freeman, perhaps a bit living up to his name, always being able to find himself in a free spot to get those second, third opportunities. He is tenacious, to say the least, on that puck. The recipient of a great pass with that first opportunity, followed his own rebound up with the second one, almost scored it and almost got a third chance, but McDavid able to put that glove on top of the puck just before Freeman was able to get to that. And I mean, we can see it from ZSC. They're right there. They have, they're getting the chances. They're looking like a good team, not looking out of place in this elite division so far at all. But FBK, just getting a little bit of the more offense right here and capitalizing on their chances.
Zafe finds Antonio quickly. Very quick movement here from FBK. Mullen scores! From the sharpest of angles, Mullen has his second of the game. And the captain puts a cap on this one.
Yeah, they test the short side once again, and it goes in. I'm not too sure if it was influenced perhaps by bouncing off of a player, but once more, they're able to find that short side, and maybe it is becoming a bit of a theme here against Chich, is testing that short side and it going in. Really tough to see if that hit off of a player at all, but nonetheless, it's in the back of the net, and you said it, that might just be it. And what FBK needs to close it out with only 2:39 remaining, only a 1 minute of real time. It's hard to see ZSC coming back in this one now with how good FBK has looked.
Doesn't seem that long ago that it was a 1-all game. Some really tough breaks for Chich in goal. I personally don't recall a goal seeing where I'm like, yep, that's on him. Chance here, that's in as well. Drags it through the 5-hole. And FBK pouring it on at this stage. And Sin, that's the second of the game for defenseman Lehmanens as he catches him on the pinch.
Yeah, you love to see the defenseman still with this big of a lead getting involved, but that's what FBK does. The second you think you know what they're going to do, they throw another look at you, and more often than not, they're able to find that time and space to get an offensive chance. 6-1 for them. And ZSC, things went from looking pretty good to looking problematic.
Absolutely. Final minute of play here. Let's see if they can find a goal to maybe build a little bit of momentum heading into game number 2. Again, newly promoted teams have not had that much luck to begin their campaigns. At least in the first game, often bouncing back in the second. Again, just some really tough breaks. Tough to say that FBK haven't been the better of the teams, but I don't think the scoreline accurately represents how this has been. Chance there from Mullen. Can't hold on to it. Let's see what happens. Freeman trying to work his way past Furion will drop that one low. Furion in possession, 20 seconds remaining. One more rush here for FBK. Ending offside here, I do believe. There we go. What a poke again by Antonio. Chich is in trouble, and they score! We mentioned it before. Tristan Jari, eat your heart out. I believe that is Mullen with the hat trick goal. And it goes from bad to worse for the Lions.
Yeah, he was the one before when I said what a poke. You may have heard that in the background. Made a terrific play on the forecheck that time. It's Antonio using some of his poking skills from his days playing defense. Pokes it free, and Mullen is the recipient, and that's just another bad luck for Chich. Has to maybe try to play that play that puck and try to send it up the ice, but it gets poked loose, and Mullen puts it home for, as you mentioned, I believe his hat trick of on the night. And what started out looking like a pretty close game, and I would still argue that it's closer than perhaps the scoreboard would reflect, but Färjestad making zero mistakes, capitalizing on any of the chances they got, just turned this game, which was looking, pretty close, and a chance for ZSC to come back, make their mark, just turned into a blowout. As Färjestad showed why they are one of the most threatening and scary offensive teams to play against.
I mean, Sin, you pretty much took the words out of my mouth in that, 8 goals in a game. You often say, oh man, the goaltender, especially on one side, what happened? I mean, 7-1 final, 8 combined goals. But as you get a look at the replays here, I mean, there were some, I don't know if there's a single goal that I wouldn't label as unfortunate towards the goaltender. I mean, The final goal from Mullen, you could say for Chich, what are you doing playing the puck? But regardless, that pass making its way through, you can't blame a goaltender for that.
No.
There were so many of those goals where, at the end of the day, like I said, even this one, I mean, he has that angle. He has that angle. That is not a goalie playing a poor angle, in my opinion. He's not hugging the post, but just some really unfortunate luck, very fortunate for FBK. I mean, again, I think we'll say they were the better of the teams. I mean, this right here, same thing. I mean, it's oftentimes in the Euro scene. Yeah. You've mentioned it plenty of times. You don't see goalies often utilizing the butterfly in that situation because of how often we see late passes. And then here, I mean, there's not like, what can you do?
Yeah, I mean, he has.
Go ahead.
Either you play the puck. No, yeah, sorry. Either you play the puck right there, try to just get it out, or you let their skater get to that puck first. It's such a lose-lose position for a goaltender to be in. You want to help your team out. You're already kind of getting blown out. You're trying to think, let's maybe just create something or just get it out of our zone, and it just went from bad to worse. I mean, a game where Chich wasn't really getting any of the luck of the draw. He gets it right in the teeth right there as he tries to play the puck, and as he's attempting to shoot it out, pass it out, it gets bumped off him and right into the back of the net as Mullins scores it. But that's just the ruthlessness from FBK and the ruthlessness that you see from those top tier teams here in the Elite Division. They don't care what the score is; they're going to keep playing and keep being aggressive. And ZSC got their first taste of it right here. Again, they kept up with FBK throughout, I'd say, the first half of that game, and then all of a sudden it just completely, the house of cards came tumbling down.
Absolutely. And I mean, again, you look now, I guess, at the mental aspect of what could happen in this next game. We'll see how they respond because it is a pretty tough loss to take. Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken, we might be throwing to a quick word from our sponsor here, as we often do. But we'll be back to set you guys up for what doesn't feel like it, but our fourth and final game of this broadcast. See you in a second.
Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.
And again, we thank Wilhelm for being back with us this season. Sin rocking the jersey. I would be. I would die.
There we go.
It is way too hot today. But you know what? The only thing hotter than this room right now has been the action on the ice. That's a segue for you right there. Sin, when talking about Färjestad here and what they're going to look to do, I mean, really, it's more of the same. I mean, they had a couple of nervous moments there. We saw it from ZSC, a little bit more willingness to throw the puck on. But for the most part, I mean, they succeeded. Afe was that very dangerous counterattacking threat. Mullen and Antonio, their ability to knock the puck loose was a huge factor to stifle the transition game for the Lions. Defensively, they looked solid. McSavid got beat on one, I don't want to call it a fluky goal, but kind of, in terms of how that played out. There were a lot of fluky goals in that game, in my opinion. They look good for a team that, made the playoffs last year. They didn't get what they wanted in the first round, losing to Yippee Voskala, but they look good.
Yeah, and this is, sort of that welcome to the elite moment for ZSC, and you kind of touched on it earlier. How do they respond to that? That they didn't have a poor game by any means. There's a lot of good things, in fact. I love the play of Freeman. He's a bulldozer out there. He's using kind of a bigger build than oftentimes you see, and uses it to great effect. I mean, he doesn't seem to be suffering too much on the speed. He's able to get to those loose pucks, get in body position, find himself in those scoring locations, somehow find some space and follow up those chances. He really was a force out there, and I was really, happy to see that kind of play from him. But yeah, you mentioned it. Maybe ZSC caught off guard a couple times, including Haldim, where he could normally pinch and keep that puck alive against Afe. Sometimes you just can't, and he will make you pay for it, as he did a couple times, getting those, odd man opportunities and forcing that puck away. So a couple adjustments from ZSC to maybe get a better result in the second game. But after that performance from Färjestad, it's hard to kind of see them, really taking too many steps back here in the second game. The pressure is on ZSC to respond and play more up to the FBK standard.
I mean, you look at the ZSC lineup as well. Again, for Chich and goal, it's going to be more between the ears, I think, in this game. I think for the most part, he did well. Just, tough loss that you got to kind of shrug off. Forward-wise, I mean, Ali was viewed as a depth forward coming into it on the left-hand side. Thought he had a pretty decent game at times, but, I mean, Freeman was the standout, even over the Captain Snus in the middle. Like, Freeman was absolutely the standout with his ability to, find open space, the physicality that he had in protecting the puck. So, certainly someone to keep an eye on in this upcoming game. Defensively as well, I mean, I thought the pairing of Tony and Haldim were solid, but as you mentioned, that ability to get caught by Afe, he manages to strip the puck and find space against defensemen that have been in the Elite Division for years. Very difficult player to adjust and adapt to for a new team in Elite. Yeah,
and then he he just pulls so much threat to him. Like all of a sudden you see him making these plays, all of a sudden you have to keep an eye on him. Where is that pink indicator on the ice at all times? And then when you do that, well, we saw what happens then. Antonio and Mullen, Antonio and Mullen, they're able to start getting those really stealthy pokes in the neutral zone, forcing those, the transition game for themselves. And if you're ZSC, it's just like, well, you focus on one threat and then these two other ones pop up, and it can be very, very difficult to adjust and play to that. But they've seen it now. They're going to have to, put it into practice now. Okay, can you make the adjustments necessary to be able to at least limit some of the opportunities, limit some of the mistakes, especially on your own breakout that Färjestad feed off of? That really seems to be a lot of their bread and butter at times, is forcing those, turnovers, getting that transition game and the quick strike ability.
We will see how this one plays out. Afe, the sharpshooter, is back, living up to his namesake in that one. Again, FBK in the green. Underrated story here, of course, the home server advantage for ZSC did not seem to help all that much in that first game. We'll see what FBK can do with that advantage. A couple of big hits already. See how this one goes. Of course, the green helmet there for Antonio of Färjestad. Or not the green helmet, the gold helmet. I'm so used to the green helmet, gold helmet as well for Freeman on the ZSC side, of course, identifying the team's leading scorer. So, see how this plays out. Look at the move by Afe to get space. Big hit there, though. Again, Laminen's willing to jump into the play already. You can tell how confident he's feeling. They tried the quick out for Afe. Now, I wish you could have seen the smile on Sin's face as he saw that play develop. He calls it as he sees it. The play is just a matter of when they're going to break him out. Big interception here by Antonio. Sin takes a lot of gall to wear white skates like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Completely standing out. Yeah, good positioning there from Snus. I'm not too sure if that was more fortuitous than anything else to get in the way of that Omaha opportunity, but that's something that every team has to be aware of when it comes to Färjestad. They're not afraid to throw that out, and Afe had the step. He was behind the defender.
See what ZSC can do in the zone now. Ali to Freeman, back. It was Snus in the middle who gets that opportunity, the captain, but McSavid's there to make that stop.
Yeah, kind of shot it directly into his crest. Had some space on that blocker side, screen left to maybe put that home. Perhaps not getting the aim that he wanted on it. Great give and go from Snus and Freeman, though.
Freedom will not let you. FBK back in on the attack. They developed that one quickly off of the face-off win. CSC back, though. Great poke check there. Going back down the other way. Furion looking to step up. Runs into two. ZSC back in control for the moment. Again, only briefly tied in that game once that first goal occurred. Looked good until it didn't. Tony drops it back down low. PK quickly backing on the attack. Look at the burst of speed here up the middle. Turned over, though. Can Snus get the legs churning? Throws one on McSavid. He'll play it out to Furion. Looks like he might have wanted to go further down the ice. Trouble there for Antonio. This one poked off of Mullen. Sin, I've mentioned him so many times today. Everyone seems to want to go full Tristan Jarry and do what he couldn't do by, successfully sending it up the ice.
Yeah, or maybe we just want to chirp Tristan Jarry. Anything could be possible.
Potential Bruins opponent, round two. Maybe it'll be the Islanders. I don't know. We'll find out. Chance here for Antonio. Trying to cut in. Nowhere to go. CSC tightening up defensively here in the early stages, though. Promising stuff. Snus drops it back. That was a great look. They time it well at the line. Haldim looks to throw it on. Snus tries the short side. Just couldn't rotate the hands enough to be able to tuck that one home on the short side. It's Mullen back in the zone. Afe on the opposite wing. Down low for Antonio, man. And tried to find Afe. Good defense again for ZSC. Let's see what FBK can do now. Again, going back down the other way. Really canceling each other out so far. The early stages of this game, Ali finds Haldim, but he was caught on the backhand. Had nowhere to go. They tried Furion stifled, but Laminens is there to recover. Gets it back. Good movement here. Furion again, nowhere to go. Quick action, so Sin can't really get a word in edgewise. Well, that one's offside.
Yeah, as I want to kind of go back in time to that play that you pointed out. That was such a good break-in play. It almost seemed to catch. I think it was Haldim who was the recipient of the first pass. He had Ali there for a quick pass. It could have been in all alone. Almost seemed to be a little bit slow on the reaction. So the ingredients are there for ZSC. The looks are there. Execution could just get a little bit faster, as we saw one time from the point there. Dangerously sort of skitter wide. Perhaps Chich got a piece of it.
Chich did get a glove to it. Very, very good save for him. Freeman dishes it over. They time it well at the line. Ali back to Freeman. Poked away. Final minute here. Snus has it. The captain throws it on. Snagged out of the air by McSaven.
Another good save, but I like it. ZSC continuing to be willing to throw that puck on from pretty much anywhere on the ice. And at the end of the first here, 0-0.
17 seconds to go. Face off one. FBK. Could look for that quick counterattack. Antonio with 5 to play. Back to Furion. Slap shot stopped by Chich. Second chance. That was an incredibly quick pass from Antonio, but Afe just couldn't get a hold of it.
Yeah, it was good positioning from, I think that would have been Tony on that side, right in the face of Afe to prevent him from perhaps getting that shot away. If he did with that sniper build, I have a hard time imagining that doesn't find the back of the net. Chich couldn't quite get over to close off that side quick enough, and he had to play on that right side before that puck went to the back of the net. Maybe even got caught in a save animation. It all happened so quickly, but they do dodge maybe a bit of a bullet right there. And this game is 0-0 at the end of one. Both teams getting some good chances, and surprisingly not too many shots. I mean, that just goes to show you some of the bouncing pucks that we've seen, block shots especially. I mean, they're there. It's just maybe, not quite getting the shots on net, but the chances are really getting close. And, ZSC, again, not afraid to throw pucks toward the net, and if they keep that up, will work for them. But, yeah, again, kind of going back to that break-in play and a couple of the ones they've had where they're able to find that space, but they're just maybe a little tiny bit, like a split second. It's almost margin for error, a split second late on their decision-making to catch Färjestad napping. If they're able to just execute that much quicker, they can get some in-tight chances, some odd man rushes against Färjestad and really throw their game back in their face.
Again, the first period of the first game was very close. The second period, where we saw a lot of the goal scoring, and FBK ran away with it in the third. They're in on the attack here to start. Furion has it. Give and goes with Antonio. Over to Layman's Furion. His shot deflects wide. No goal here in the opening couple of minutes, at least. They'll slow down a bit. Tony looking for space. That one on McSavid, the former Rundqvist. I noticed the old gamer tag still there. Shocked he didn't pay to change it. Opportunity for Afe. Gets it to Antonio. Down low from Mullen now. Fending off the pressure. Great work. Finds Antonio, and again, back to the centerman down low. Can't find the feed. Afe can't pull the trigger. They clear this one out. Said not the worst idea. Willing to take the potential icing. It is waved off. So there you go. It worked out even better than I think they thought it would. Give them a chance to reset. Antonio Madden takes a huge hit. Afe, though, gets it over the line. Trouble here. Still has it. Chance. Shot it just wide of the post. Look good. Furion now. The Laminans. D to D. Very quick movement here in the rotation. Antonio was there. And a big stop by Chich. And that was phenomenal rotation from Antonio Madden and Furion on that, that right-hand side of your screen.
Yeah, and elite rotation too. The reason why they pass it inside, cycled that defender to that side, was to get Antonio on that potential one time. That's just really, elite level play coming out from FBK right there. Understanding the handedness, the builds, where you need to be to get the most prime opportunities, and really good luck, but even better save from Chich.
As they brute force their way through, Chich is able to make the stop. And Sim, we talked about it in the pre-show, which, by the way, you guys can watch on YouTube at NHL Gamer, of course, the season preview that we expected. That left-hand side of your screen for Färjestad, Antonio and Laminans, of course, coming over from Vesa Pompa over the course of the last 2 seasons. I'm getting word it's not up on YouTube yet. It will be, though, this week, so keep an eye out. Subscribe to us on YouTube, NHL Gamer. We love you. We thought that left-hand side of your screen, the 2 right-handed shots, well, not the right-handed shots, but, again, the duo would be there. But we've seen Afe and Antonio willing to switch sides here. Again, you called it elite rotation. Here's Laminans. Able to find Furion. Quick give and goes. Antonio throws one on. And Chich seals off the post, impales himself on said post, and we have a face-off.
Yeah, and again, you're seeing it from FBK. They're keep wanting to test that short side. They saw something that worked. They're going to keep going back to that well. Hasn't worked out too well yet, but they are like vultures around the net, especially with Afe, how fast he is and how often he just seems to be able to get to those loose pucks. Why not keep looking for those chances?
Ali not able to find Snus. FBK backing on the attack. Afe gives chase, and you see Chich stays home. Shot glove stop by the netminder. Much better situation there for him.
Yeah, and Afe even went for the puck chop right there as we're getting kind of a freeze on the feed. Not too sure if that's on our end or from the streaming team, but we will try to get that cleaned up as soon as possible here and get back to the action. As yeah, you said it.
All right, there we go. We got our backup feed, best producer in the game. So, hey, different camera angle for you. Again, now going from the opposite direction. Here comes ESC, and they score! Well, it's a good thing we switched the feed. It's Snus with his first goal in Elite. The captain finds the back of the nets, and the Lions take the lead.
Yep, and I mean, what a shot right there. Going for that short side. Interestingly, catching McSavid maybe a bit not quite on that side. He did have the attacking player coming down from the one-time, although the threat wasn't as close. He was a bit further back, but you never know with those one-timers. They can come at you fast. McSavid trying to play both angles there, unable to come up with the save. And 1-0 for ZSC.
Their first lead in the Elite Division. We'll do our best as well, of course, to get the names right here now that we've had the color change and the side change. But an offside call there with 4:59 to play here in the second. A big moment for the Lions there, their first lead, and there we go. We have their original feed back, hopefully not confusing to anybody. Although it may have frozen again. No, we're good. All right, so play on here. Hey, you got a different view. You got the McSavid view for, unfortunately, a goal against. But here we go, and honestly, with a skip there, again, we'll do our best to bring you the best view we possibly can. Snus has it there, not able to hold on to it. Let's see what FBK can do going back down the other way. I think the next stoppage of play here, or the next moment, we might switch back to the other camera, but an opportunity for Afe doesn't go. Antonio back in front to Afe, he scores! And Sin, as has been the case, ZSC scores. And Färjestad tied up almost immediately. It's the sniper himself, it is Afe.
Yeah, and as is the case throughout pretty much the entirety of ECL, and probably as long as he's been in the league, at least as long as we've covered him, right place, right time, Afe burying it, putting that one home, backhand 5-hole. Great pass from Antonio there, just, send that puck to the front of the net. Good things can happen. It happens right there. They tie this game up at 1. Just 2:40 left here in the second.
The Scharfschütze gets it done. He gets his goal. We are tied, as Sid mentioned. Now at 1 apiece. Oh, fetched it in the chat. Why not, right? Why not? What he does, he scores goals. We'll see how ZSC responds here. Opportunity nearly for Mullen to take that one away. Puck to McSavid's left. Let's see here. Final minute of play. Can FBK find another one? That one on net. Afe the rebound, and the kick stopped by Chich. Another chance here for Afe. Tried to find Mullen. 5 seconds. FBK putting the pressure on. Off the side of the net. Behind, and ZSC will settle it down. So, Sim, we go to the third. Tied at 1 apiece. Goals from Snus and Afe.
Yeah, and you love to see that play from Färjestad there. They sort of fake the first slap shot, and then maybe you think, okay, they're not going to go for it. Because even when I was looking on screen, I saw the fake. You can almost feel it was a fake. Afe wasn't as, far up, and maybe wouldn't have had that step, but they send the second one home on net, and it still didn't seem like Afe was with the step on the defense. He somehow, some way gets the slightest step available, cuts in front of him for body position, sort of bubbles them, and is able to get to that loose puck, put the puck on. I mean, just you know how much this team practices plays like that, and how good Afe is at them is just credit to just his skill level and how this team wants to play in their execution of said plays.
All right, everybody in the chat, time for you to do your part. Let's get the chant going. Overtime. Overtime. We haven't seen enough today. How did that one not find the back of the net? I think McSavid got a piece of it. It's highway robbery. I can hear sirens outside. Might not be related, but it might be. That was a hell of a stop. Chance for FBK. Back in the attacking zone. Antonio to Furiak. Lemonins gets it back to him. Getting back to Antonio down low. Takes the hit. Snus comes up with the puck. The next goal, oh so important at this stage. Lemonins takes the hit. Can't maintain possession. Freeman, it's in front in the power play. Coming up for the ZSC Lions, it is the rare hooking call. Not sure who this is going against. I think it is Lemonins, and indeed it is. The right defender takes a seat. Power play chance, their first in elite for the Lions. Aldine to Snus. They get it down low. And awkwardly enough, Tony staying down low. It snuffs up high. That shot from Freeman doesn't find its way through. Afe has it poked away, but Mullen's there. He'll slow it up. Bring it right back down the other way before, there you go. A little bit of extra time taken off the clock. We are halfway through said man advantage. The feed finds its way to Ali. Round the back, Freeman is there. Again, finds its way to Tony down low. Snus looking in front. Ali had a great chance. Snus got wiped out on the hit. The captain's down. Ali fighting for it. Tony as well. Still has it. Does the defenseman. Loses it now. We're back to 5-on-5. Here comes Mullen. Finds Antonio Mann. Back to Mullen again. Afe was there. Stripped of the puck at the last second. And another delayed call coming up here against FBK. The Lions go right back on the attack. It's an interference call. This time, couldn't see against Husin. So again, we're trying to get you a word here in when we can. And I think it was Lemonins again. He takes a seat one more time. Snus still injured, as you see on your screen. Has it there. Tony in front. Ali scores! Ali, fabulous he, is able to get the goal. Unbelievable. Yep. The second chance on the power play. The depth player gets it, drags it 5-hole. What a moment there for ZSC. Then they get the lead back.
Yeah, and very similar to the Afe goal that we saw. Just that pass in tight and then the backhand home. And that's, sort of the downside of, the Euro goalies that we've seen refusing to kind of go butterfly right there. That 5-hole is opened in tight. Backhand or not, it goes in. But I want to touch on the ZSC power play format. I don't think it's coincidence Tony went down low on that first one. He went directly there again. It seems like they want Snus high slot on the one-time opportunities and Tony down low. Perhaps he's, got some good possession skills down there. Nonetheless, Färjestad here scrambling to try to get this game tied back up.
FBK back in control. Nearly turned over there, and in fact they did. Here's Freeman. Weave his way past Lehman, and took both of the penalties. Offside call there. So in the excitement, can you believe it? That is what's special about this elite season. We had a 5-overtime game, a double overtime game. But still, you get a goal like that from Ali, and what that means for the Lions here in the early stages as we appear to have another freeze. It has re-caught back up. I mean, again, certainly caught me off guard. A minor yelling goal celebration there. But hey, somehow, some way, the voice is holding on.
Yeah, and oh, geez. Oh, man, if Freeman perhaps was the right-handedness right there, could have snuck that one home as McSaven maybe dodges a bullet playing that puck.
Mullen not able to get it through off the pad, recovered by Ali. He has the difference-making goal. Puck up to Freeman. He has, of course, the first goal in this team's elite history. Over the blue line, though, for FBK, trying to hold it. Furion on the offside. Turned over. Snus to Ali. Freeman trying to catch up. Ali couldn't pick the top corner. Second chance does not go. Down low. Snus having trouble through the double team. 6.5 to go for the Lions to pick up their first points in the elite division. Antonio Toffee glove save by Chich. And the score stays 2-1.
Wow, what a play from FBK. The drop pass and then the cut over the pass to the slot, and he rifles that, looking for that glove side, but it's Chich sliding over, not allowing that one to bounce off and go in, as we saw ever so often in the last game. Holds on tight, preserves the 2-1 lead for his squad, and looks like we're seeing Färjestad, the ones to take the timeout here, try to just reset themselves, get their stamina bars back up, look for that tying goal. They're getting chances. That was an excellent one, but an even better save from Chich.
And here we go. Then we march on. Big time face-off here in the attacking zone for FBK. And they make something happen. That was the question. Down low, Antonio tried the short side again. Doesn't quite find its way home. Mullen to Antonio. What great movement there, but again, just couldn't get the shot through. Layman's Mullen trying to drag it home. And ZSC survive again, the willingness to send it down. No icing on the play, waved off. 4 minutes now, under 4 minutes. FBK winning game 1, 7-1. They trail 2-1 here. What home ice advantage? One-timer scores! The jinx is real. Furion finds his first of the season. We are tied at 2 with under 4 minutes to play.
Yeah, what a sick play right there from the two defensemen. The give and go on the point, so tough for a goalie to adjust to. You know, you try to get over for that first one, maybe not overplay it. You're already set for that, and then no choice. He actually, that wasn't bad movement from Chich in the crease there, but just a perfectly placed shot from Furion to tie that one up. I think that's every single member of FBK in this series getting on the board.
Yes, sir. At least one goal for all 5 skaters. What a pace to start the season with. Tough break for ZSC, but I mean, you can't leave Furion. We talked about it. Under the NHL Gamer umbrella, he has the most points among defensemen. You can't give him that much space from the point. Here's Freeman, though. Along the half wall, down low. Snus back to him. Ali, Snus, nobody can get that one on. Mullen finds Antonio. See what they can do here. A lot of traffic. Pass across. Nobody home. That's Mullen at the point covering for Laminins. Hands it to Ali. 41 seconds to go. Did you start that overtime chant? Because it just might happen. Why not? It would be the 3rd game out of 4 to go to overtime today. Marathon broadcast. Might be the longest non-playoff broadcast we've ever had, sir.
Yeah, perhaps.
Chance here, knocked loose at the last moment. By trying to jinx it, you know it. FBK will settle it down for one more rush. Furion finds Antonio back again. Good space here from Mullen. Laminins back to him in front. Laminins in front, scores! Afe finds the back of the net with 3.9 to go. And FBK are going to steal this one from the Swiss contingent at the dying moments.
Wow, that is, I mean, who else but Afe right there on the doorstep. You know, he goes there constantly, but what a play. I believe that was Laminins pinching in, protecting that puck, moving it to the backhand, creating just enough of an angle, just enough of a lane to feed that puck across to Afe, who, I mean, makes a living right there. Not only on the rush, but he finds himself on the doorstep, able to get those pucks, get those passes, and makes it 3-2. One more try for ZSC. Can't put the puck on net, and that will do it. Färjestad taking game 2.
They take both games in regulation. It went down to the final moments, but they called their shot. They slow it down, they take their time, and they make things happen. Hell of a job there by FBK. Again, you slow it down to take that last shot, and it pays off. Afe gets the job done. FBK walking away with all 4 points to begin their season.
Yeah, I mean, just that's exactly what they wanted there. A bit of a tougher one in that one, and that's what we've seen so far from these new additions of these teams. They kind of struggle in those first games, and the second game they really settle in. But all that being said, still, you know, FBK with the advantage in shots, with the advantage in time on attack, and, you know, with the better of the chances there in that game. But a lot of positives that ZSC can perhaps take from this. I did like their game a lot of the times, but Färjestad not a great matchup for your first one. They're a tough team, and they're a dynamic team, threats all over, and with a guy like Afe out there who, as we mentioned, is always someone you have to look out for. When you're focused so much on him, those other guys can really come to play, and Lehman snuck his way into that slot and was able to create that space, that 4th man jumping in, you know, really kind of throwing ZSC for the loop. You know, they take their eye off Afe for that split second. It's enough time for him to get himself open in that slot. The pass across was perfect. There was no way Chich was going to stop that, and that spelled the end of that game. No overtime, no point for ZSC. That's gotta hurt, but welcome to Elite.
A solid debut for the most part for ZSC. No results to show for it, though. 0 points through their first 2 games. But I think that we've seen there from them, it's a long season. The playoff hopes aren't exactly gone. 2 games out of 30 played so far. And for Färjestad, I mean, again, that's about as good of a debut as I think you could have hoped for on the season. With that, everybody, we are way over time here today. So we are going to look to quickly wrap things up, though. A final look at the results from around the league today here, though. Of course, if you caught it at the beginning, Vesa Pompa and Havu with a very interesting season. That 1-0 final, of course, went to 5 overtimes. So Vesa Pompa getting 3 out of 4 points from Havu. Poggers as well in Northern Ascendancy going out of Philadelphia 2-0 on the day. It's been a very interesting start to the season. Of course, NHLgamer.com for all the information that you need there as we continue to follow along. And again, a friendly reminder, there will be a broadcast, same time, same channel, right here. Our Finnish contingent will be covering 2 games between recently promoted Tunnel Vision and YMCA Esports, as well as Goons, another newly promoted team with playoff hopes certainly this season. They'll be taking on the former SJ Gaming, now known as Poggers, who again also have playoff aspirations. They finished 1 spot out of a playoff spot last year. With that, what a day, what a night. We thank you very much for joining us, of course. We thank our lovely sponsors that you, of course, can see listed above Sin's head throughout this broadcast. It's been a great day. Now everybody go take a nap or go to bed. We'll see you all next week, of course. Hopefully see you tomorrow for the Finnish broadcast as well. You see where you can follow Sin. You see where you can follow myself. We're out of here for tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Wilhelm vie nakkikioskille kotikatsomossa.